I'm there. I even got my tablet on. Oh my God, here we are.
Live! Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's see who we got, Martha. But first of all, welcome to everybody. We love you all. And thank you for taking the time to join Martha and I today.
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. This is going to be fun. Let's see who we've got here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Hi. There's my Jackie girl. There's Lorica. Oh my gosh, look at all these people.
Now, I've lost the chat. I'll just do hi and I'll do send. Chat with guests privately. Oh my gosh.
How's everybody?
Good morning, everybody. Good evening.
Oh my gosh.
We've got Ange. Hello, good morning, evening, Ange. And we've got Jackie. Hello to Jackie. It's lovely to meet you, Jackie. I don't think I've met you before. I know that you know Martha and Rain.
That's Jackie girl. I call her Jackie girl.
Lovely to meet you, Jackie. Thank you. And
there's got Rain. There's
beautiful
Lorica.
Rain.
Oh my gosh,
you guys. We got beautiful Burb is Agata. So Agata is in Poland. Hello, Agata. So lovely to see you. Rain, Lorica, Jackie. Now, have we missed anybody? Let's check in. Oh, good morning. Oh, Tracy. Good morning. Oh, Tracy, is 5 a.m. where Tracy is?
Thank you, Robbie, Carol.
And
in case anyone's wondering, I've just got my tablet next to me, so I'm just checking out the comments here.
Oh, and Tiger Pete is my husband.
No, really? That's awesome.
Thank you, my darling. Yeah, thank you. He's off to the gym. Oh, it's so lovely to see you all. Oh, good morning. We've got beautiful Leander as well. Hi, Leander. It's lovely to see you. Oh, Jackie's from Ireland.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Wow. And Tracy, she's awake at 4. And actually, it's for Lorica. Lorica is Sweden. Agata is Poland. It's about 10 p.m. over there.
Yeah,
and 9 p.m.
What time is it where you guys are? It's about 4:08 p.m., just a little after 4. What time does everybody have?
So I know Lorica's about 10 p.m. and so is Agata. Jackie says she's 9 p.m. I know Tracy's 5 a.m. Yeah, Tiger Pete, that's my hubby. What about Rain? Oh, 5 p.m. Rain's an hour ahead of you.
She's in on the Atlantic side. Yeah, we're about an hour apart.
An hour apart.
Joey. Hi, Joey.
Oh, hi, Joey. It's lovely to meet you. I haven't met you before.
All the names here, even though I've got my bug eyes on, my little writing here. I can't really see it.
Joey's from Portugal. Lovely to meet you, Joey. I see you pop up in a few other chats.
9 p.m. in Portugal. My daughter and her boyfriend went to Portugal a few years ago, and they absolutely loved it. They stayed there for 2 weeks. They said it was one of the most beautiful places they've ever been to. It was, and the people were so friendly, so nice. They just had the best time. And she kept sending me pictures, and I was like, oh, I have to go there. I have to go there one day.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list. Yes, it's on the list.
That's part of your wishes.
That's right. That's right.
We've got another someone. Yep. So welcome to everyone who's joining us. We're so grateful to have you all here. Nice to see us. So welcome, Martha and beautiful Mr. Bones to the Fairy Wren Nest.
I'm in his way now. Let me get him in my camera here.
And the camera's really, it's all opposite.
There we go.
So there we have Martha and there's Mr. Bones.
Right over there. And he's got his little bandana on. I got him all dressed up. So he's been with us a long time. This is where I do all my recordings in this little room. And he sits here. He lives here. He sits on the couch all day long. So he has been with us. He's been with us for about, I'd say about 20 years. Wow. And we picked him up one Halloween, and then I didn't know what to do with him because he was quite big, so I couldn't store him in the box, the containers. So I put him on the couch temporarily, and then the first month passed, and 6 months passed, and a year passed, and on it went, and he just became part of the family. And then I started to buy little outfits, Easter outfits, summer outfits, holiday outfits. All year long I would just change, put little hats on him, little necklaces, and dress him up. And he's moved with us to a couple of different cities as well. So he's a permanent. He's kind of falling apart now. You'll notice like the bottom part of his legs are
yes. I remember in one of your videos you were saying he lost his leg, and I said, "Oh my!"
Oh, I felt so bad. I tried fixing him. He's got like little screws between like his, I don't know, fixtures. And I fixed him a couple of times, but now he's crumbling. He's falling apart. So he's okay. He's happy. He doesn't mind. He said, "I'm okay. Leave me like this."
And you're caring for him as we age. You know, we care.
That's right. That's right.
Our loved ones, you know, as we age, it's what we do. So
hey, my kids moved out. He's still here. So he's not going anywhere. You know, he's part of the family now.
I love to see him. I often, when
I first started doing my recordings, I thought, well, where am I going to put him, right? I thought, okay, I'll move him, put him in another room. And I said, wait a second, this is his room. If anyone has to move, it's got to be me, right? So I decided I'm just going to incorporate him. He's going to become part of my videos regularly.
I love him. Oh, what everyone says, Rain says, hi, Mr. Bonesy, and Lorica says, hi, Mr. Bones. Agata says you have such a nice earth picture there. Yeah, it is a beautiful earth picture. And
hi, Bonesy. Yeah, that's from Rain. Hello, Mr. Bones. There's Lorica. Yeah. Oh, yeah, my earth picture. The one over here.
I love that. It's beautiful.
It's a very peaceful room, and that's why I chose to do my videos in here. It's so calming. And I've got a lot of stuff all around me, spiritual items, and I have decks all the time. I do a lot of spreads here. I do, like I said, my videos and all of that. Yeah. So I spend a lot of time in this room. I've got all my arts and crafts. There's a closet in the back, and all my stuff is in there. I've got spiritual books. I've got my pendulum, my runes, everything's down here. So it's a very energetic room, I find. So when I need to just ground myself and I come down here, I relax instantly. I just walk in, and it's a very spiritual room. So it's very calming for me.
I think it's important that we have that, whether some of us don't have enough. Like I've got my own little room too. I call it the angel room, and that's where I am now. But yeah, even if it's just a little corner of our house where we have that little, that quiet space.
Yes. And to find that peace that we need sometimes. And I mean, life really gets to us sometimes, right? We're always dealing with one thing or another. Sometimes things are very fast paced. Sometimes we have issues that we're trying to contend with, and we need that space. We need that place we can go to. If you don't have a room, then it could be any spot in your home. If not in your home, it could be outside if you have the weather. I like going into nature. I like being surrounded by trees. I especially need water. I'm a water person. I have to be near the water very, very much so. So my ideal world would be living near the water with mountains in the distance and trees all around me. That's it. That's what I need.
Beautiful.
If I could have that, I'd be the happiest person in the world. So, you know, we do the best we can. Right now I have my little room, so that works for me. So I come down here and I find my peace.
And that's finding our peace. I love that. I'm so
absolutely.
I'll just go back through. So Rain loves the bandana, the cloth. Oh yeah, Tracy says Mr. Bones needs some calcium for his bones.
He does. But you know what? He's a picky eater, so I can't help him. He won't eat anything. And you know what? It goes right through him. So.
Oh, and Rain's Agata says beautiful. Yeah, and Rain says that's great, Martha. I have my own little sanctuary and I feel calm.
She does. I've actually seen it because she's created a video for me, and I've seen like her little space, and it's really nice. It's really, really nice. So yeah, we all need that. And Rain spends a lot of time outdoors too because of the dogs. So she gets outside.
Walking the dogs.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's
Mind you, you wouldn't get me out on a day like this, -26, -20. You wouldn't get me outside on a day like this. Frostbite weather.
And actually, Rain had on a video the other day. She went walking with the dogs, and I'd never seen. She had frozen hair.
Frozen hair, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Who else has had frozen? Who has experienced frozen hair?
Yeah.
So Martha has. Rain has. What about you? Ireland. We've got Jackie in Ireland.
I don't think Jackie has that much cold. Jackie, I don't think your place gets that cold, does it? What? -26? Yeah, Jackie, -26. Frozen eyelashes. Yes, frozen eyelashes. Yeah.
What about Marika in Sweden or Agata in Poland? Do you get really bad frozen eyelashes? Oh, wow. So we get about 22, 21.
Jackie's writing, we get about -2. -2, Jackie, is spring here.
Agata hasn't got that. I haven't had it. I don't go out when it's that cold.
No, you can't. Even if you go out on a day like this, you can't. It's frostbite weather. It won't take long. So whatever you need to do quickly and then get back indoors. It's very, very dangerous. Yeah, it's really, really bad.
Didn't
and you guys have the heat.
Yeah, and Tracy, here in Australia we are sweltering. Yeah, Tracy, it's 40 degrees over there, hasn't it?
It's so odd to me because I watch your videos where you're outdoors and the birds are singing and all this beautiful weather, and we're like freezing. It's January. It's so awful.
I just go. And I think Tracy was saying, Tracy with her sacred space when she does her videos, she says she has a room with her hubby.
With her hubby, yeah.
But she still makes it look very individualized in her part of the room. Okay. Well, I think that's madness, says Jackie. Yep, for days they've been sweltering over there. Oh, gosh. Stay cool. Actually, Tracy lives near the beach. But she's not a beachy person, she said. And I live about a 10-minute drive from the beach. I'm sort of in between valleys, bush valleys, and it's only about a 10-minute drive to get to the beach from here. And at the top of my street, there's a big reserve, and I
Wow.
can see the ocean just at the top of the street.
Oh my gosh, Evie,
Yeah,
really? Oh,
that's
I
how.
envy you. Oh my gosh, the beach. I
And
would
we get the
love to be that
salty,
close to a beach.
and we get the
Oh,
salty mist. You know, from the breezes, you get the salty mist on your window. So we're
yeah.
not beachfront, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so fortunate.
And
I
then
live
we
near a lake. No, not even a lake. I don't even live near. I used to live near the lake. Now I'm near a river. Like I'm downsizing. Every time I move, I get further and further away.
but you've got a little bit of water, a little bit of a river.
Yes, yes, we do have a nice park that we can walk, and it's along the water, but it's just it's not the same. It's really not the same. I mean, I've been to the beach, and it's a completely different experience. Being near any type of large body of water is completely different. But I'll take it, you know, like if we can have a lake or a river, I'll take that. It's better than nothing. So
Yes.
yeah.
That sounds beautiful. I think, yeah, it's lovely to see on everyone's videos where people live. We've got, yeah, Tracy's got no for the beach. She's not, no. Rain says, I'm about an hour from the ocean, but I do have a river down the road, but there are leeches in the water.
Oh, geez, really? Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
Wow. But I love seeing where everybody lives. And like even with Tracy, she lives, it'd be a 4 or 5 hour flight from here. She's in Western Australia, and it'd probably take you 4 or 5 days to drive there. That's how we'd get to New Zealand quicker flying than we would to the other side of Australia. That's how far Tracy is, even though she's in Australia.
Wow. Yeah.
You got to go right through the Nullarbor, the big desert, to get to Tracy. It's amazing how vast this world is, how big it is.
Well, that's how it is here in Canada. To get from one end, from the Atlantic, all the way to the Pacific, you've got a few hours of flight right there. Yeah. It's unbelievable how far apart we live from each other. It's crazy.
Wow.
So that's how big the country is. Yeah.
Wow. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? It's just, and how we find each other as friends.
I know, that's the beauty of this. Well, when I decided to, I mean, I had some, you know, a couple of other social media sites, but I never in a million years imagined myself making YouTube videos. I'm not that person. I am that person now, but I'm not that person. I don't know what got into me. I think I needed a distraction. I needed to challenge myself, and I said, you know what? I'm going to start making videos. I'm just going to throw them out there and just get into it. I needed to do that. And I had a lot of stuff going on at the time, and it was such a wonderful distraction diving into it and trying to learn a little bit about video making. So here I am.
Do you find it's given you a little bit of confidence?
Yes.
Do you know, just a little bit of, because I'm not a public speaker. I wouldn't do public speaking at school. And I've got this, like Tracy, she's my first YouTuber friend, and she had a channel. So she gave me a little bit of that strength and that confidence to just come on. And it's like, do you find it's like a diary for yourself? You know, like you look back on, and it's so, like you're putting things out to help other people, but for yourself as well.
Yes, yes. I feel like it's like a recording of my life, my journal online, on video. And I watch my videos sometimes and I listen to myself, and I feel that I'm not only learning about video making, I'm learning about who I am and what's important to me. And it's been a really interesting journey. I mean, I journal all the time. I write. I've been writing since I was a child, writing things down. But this is completely different because I watch myself. I listen to myself. What am I saying? What's important to me? What am I sharing with the world? And how comfortable am I doing it? Because if you took me back to my, I don't know, teenage years when I was trying to break away from the way I had been brought up and the religion that I had been raised with, I wasn't as expressive. I wouldn't be putting these things out as easily because I was just so submerged in the culture and in the community. And the church was a very big player inside the community and with people. And I wouldn't have been as vocal. But now I don't care. This is who I am. This is what I believe in. This is
Yeah.
what's important to me. I was raised in a way that if you didn't follow certain standards or a certain way of thinking or a certain religion or certain beliefs, you were made to feel guilty, made to feel shamed for not complying or falling into line. So it took a lot of time to actually build up the confidence to say, hey, I have nothing to be ashamed of. I am proud of who I am and the things I believe and the spiritual road that I'm taking. And that type of road, you have to be prepared that you may very well walk it alone. You're going to be isolated for quite some time because you've got to break away from that tribe that you don't belong to and try to find a new one. And it doesn't happen overnight. You could be walking that path for many, many, many years. And it took me a long time, Yvie, to find people to align with me, not just because they weren't there, but because what we're doing now, the spirituality, the tarot, anything, the runes, whatever people do and practice, people were still hiding it. And they would not come out and say, this is what I'm doing. So we were alone. We were alone, but we weren't alone. There were many of us, but we just hadn't found each other because nobody was coming out to say, hey, this is what I do. So it was a hard road.
So, you know how we've got the energy of strength? We're talking of strength. I'll just quickly go back. Is that all right? And
Absolutely.
We'll just go back here. So we've got, rain's an hour from the ocean with the leeches. Jackie says she's on the island of Mouth of Cork Harbour. Wow. That sounds beautiful, Jackie.
South of Ireland.
Wow. Sounds gorgeous.
Our tribe is all over the world.
And our tribes are, and yet we all hear, that's right, Tracy. And Martha and I are about, so 10 hours drive, but 90 minutes. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then Tracy's got, you're nothing like watching old videos of yourself and thinking, oh, my God.
Oh, absolutely. I'm leaving all of mine on. I don't care how bad they are. They're just going to stay there because it shows the progression over time. I'm not erasing them. I'm not deleting them. They're just going to have to be there.
Yeah. And and Rain says how nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving mine too, or I'm talking too softly, or the camera's wobbling. And Rain beautifully said, be proud and loud. It takes a lot of life.
It really does. And it also takes reaching the point where you're not going to care what other people think. You have to reach that point. You can't live your life wanting to be accepted by everyone because, first of all, that's never going to happen. And you're just going to compromise who you are. So at some point, you have to say, I really don't care what other people think. I care what I think. I care how I feel, and I care what I need to be happy and to be in my element and to be where I belong. So it is a long and oftentimes very lonely road. But you know what? It's worth it. It really is worth it to find yourself.
And when you were growing up, around religious circle too, so none of you could talk if you had any other spiritual beliefs. Is that or you were just told to? Because I had the freedom.
Everybody was following the same thing. In my household, my mother was the one that was religious. She was very, very religious, and she wasn't going to compromise on that. My father went to church and he was religious, but he didn't really care.
That's my dad too when he was younger.
And there was a period where he wouldn't even go to church very much. He just, I don't know, it wasn't a big deal for him. But for my mother, it was a big deal. So at one point, when I reached the age of 12 and I realized, hey, this is not working for me. This religion is not working for me. I didn't like the patriarchy. I didn't like that male dominated, because in our community, the church, the community, the beliefs, everything, the people are all intertwined. And there's no way around that. It's not like the church is different and the community is different and the people are different and the culture is different. It's all intertwined together. It's just very, very tight-knit. And that's fine for the people that want to be in that type of religious belief. That's perfectly fine. I'm not here to tell other people what to do, but I get to decide what I'm going to do. But when you're a young child and you're raised a certain way, and then you start, like when I was about 12, I would say, I started to realize, no, I don't like this. I don't like any of this. And I tried expressing myself. No one's having any of that, right? They think, what? Yeah, that's terrible. You know, you got to go to church and you got to do these things. And I started to rebel, obviously. I mean, I must have rebelled for like 5 or 6 years, like throughout all my teen years, all I did was rebel. But I did realize at one point, Yvie, that I had to stop talking about religion and do what my husband says he did as a youngster. Do your thing and don't talk about it. That's all. Just do your thing. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to do what I need to do. I don't have to convince anyone. I don't have to convert anyone. I just need to do what's important to me. So when my mom would bring up religion or any topic, I would just nod my head, and that was it. I was not going to get into the discussion because it would become like a tug of war, and it wasn't worth it.
And I think too, Martha, I'm thinking we're of the same vintage, and we didn't have a lot of things come into the light, you know, about religion, or we didn't speak of things, did we? Not That's growing up. And I'm sure we're similar age, because I'm talking 70s.
I'm still a teenager. Are you kidding? Don't look at this. Here, it's fine. I've never grown up.
I'll just go back quickly over the chat, and then I'll bring you. So beautifully said, Martha from Agatha. Yeah, it was beautifully said. And to be empowered too at such a young age, because I felt some of the things in religion were very fear-based. And I'll probably get some thumbs down. But I felt fear, like particularly, we did Sunday school, but Mum and Dad broke away from the church. So I had freedom after that at a very young age. But my other grandma was very religious, but she was a beautiful soul, but very religious. But my other grandma, but they broke away as well. So I had a lot of freedom to explore. But do you think but still at school we had religious classes. They were compulsory, but a lot of the kids would muck up in those classes. They weren't even listening. I found some of the teaching, probably because of what happened to Granddad, there's a lot of violence in the Bible, a lot of fear-based violence. If you don't do this, you'll die. You'll be condemned. And so I'll probably get some thumbs down saying that, but I found it fearful.
It just, you have to decide, does this work for me or doesn't it? It's that simple. Like, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Find what is right for you. I don't mind what people are doing. I've never gone to someone and started preaching to them of what they should and should not believe and what they should and should not do. It's not, you know what? It's not my business to do that. My business is me. What am I doing? How am I handling my life? And what am I challenging myself with? Am I, committing myself to something that is true to me? And it stops right there. I'm not going to go beyond that because it really is none of my business what someone else does on their path. We're all on a journey, on a personal journey.
And we all have our... Hello, Tash. It's lovely to see you. Hello.
Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. It's so nice to hang out with all of you. I'm reading some of these comments. There's Luna Wolf. Hi.
Luna Wolf. Oh, hello, Luna. Lovely to meet you. And
yeah. Hi, Tash. I'm trying to catch all the names here.
And yes, Rain, I'll pop everyone's channel in the description later on.
Please, yeah.
We'll put the links
some
to everyone.
Are new to me. Yeah, some are new to me, so I'd love to go visit their channels. For the ones that are actually making videos that have channels, I'd love to get on and go see.
I'll put that. And Agatha says, yeah, it's like that over here too about religion. I think I know what you mean. Yeah. Martha, that is good advice from G-Man. Do your thing. Spiritual. That's from Rain. Love that. Do your thing. Tracy's got, I'm lucky that I was not brought up with any religion. I found the goddess by myself. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. You know, I used to wonder for the longest time if I'd been born in the wrong family. Like, what am I doing here? I'm such an oddball. And it's hard. Yeah, I thought it was an oddball. I was a teenager. I was young. I mean, I already had, you know, as a teenager, you have self-esteem issues as it is. You're trying to navigate through life, right? You're trying to break away from your childhood, get into adulthood. You're in that transitional period. You've got enough problems as it is trying to navigate, you know, high school and friends and you know, people you'll date and all that. So I had enough trouble as it is. So having to deal with all those cultural issues and the religious issues and all that, I really didn't need that, Yvie. I didn't need that piled on top of everything else.
But I can understand because a lot of people talk, like even Agatha's got, I think religion is based on fear more or less. Yes, I found it scary. And Rain's got, my religious upbringing was fear and shame based.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. And I know a lot of people do talk of, wow. We used to live next door to a Greek lady and she was beautiful. And without going into too much detail, she'd come around and say, oh, do the kids want to go to church? And it must have been Greek Orthodox. Was it? The mum and dad, I'd say, oh, I'd go. And I found that lovely for a little while, only occasionally. The music used to make me cry. Singing in church sometimes used to make me cry. I don't know why. But she was a lovely lady, and I appreciated going with her. But as I said, mine is different to a lot. Like I had a bit of choice to step outside of religion. But I sent I did send my son to a Christian school, only to give him a choice, you know, to learn. And
elementary school.
So much, but we're not church goers. But he says to me, you know, I'm grateful for having gone there, but still, he's happy to step outside the school zone and some of the things that went on a bit, because sometimes, I'm going to tell you the truth here, Charlie's got some really lovely friends, and there's one I'm still very good friends with her, and her and I were the ones who weren't the religious ones. We were spiritual, and if I knew one of his other friends would come around, I'd go and hide the Buddhas, you know, Buddha statues
oh my gosh, that's lovely.
Only because I knew they were very religious. And then later, one of the mums stepped outside of church and she asked, she goes, Yvie, you know, I've stepped outside of the church. And she, you know, she said, I know how you were very spiritual, et cetera, et cetera. And she said, I admired that too, and I said, look, because some of them were judgmental too, I guess, if you didn't go to church or...
Oh, my gosh, the judgment. Oh, The amount of judgment that I saw as a teenager, I'm surprised I have any self-esteem, Yvie. I'm surprised I have any confidence whatsoever. Aside from the fact that you had that, the boys can do whatever they wanted and the girls couldn't. We had that great division, and we were like second-class citizens, and we were expected to behave a certain way and stay home and cater to the men and be nice little girls and go to church and all of that. If you stepped out of line from that and you didn't do what was expected, the judgment was really harsh. But not only the judgment, the gossip, the amount of gossip. I could not believe that people who were supposed to care about each other was a community that we lived in, and the gossip that would travel so quickly. It was horrifying. So you had like these wonderful people, these kind, loving people. So you wanted to connect with them, but then you had that dark side.
Right,
and
yes.
Nobody would want to acknowledge. Like, I look back and I have wonderful memories from my childhood and from my early years of very kind and loving people, but I can distinguish between what was good and what wasn't good. It's okay. It's not being disloyal. We can't put rose-colored glasses on and look back and say everything was just perfect. We should be able to examine those areas that were not healthy, especially for the girls. I have a lot of friends who grew up in the same type of environment, all right? And it affected them as much as it affected me, for sure. But you have to be able to say it wasn't right. These things were not good. They were not healthy, without this feeling of guilt or disloyalty. It's okay. That's how we evolve, and that's how we change things, and that's how we make things better. We have to be able to say, that's a problem. Let's fix it.
Yes.
Let's change it. Let's make it better. Not everything was perfect. Everything was just right. No, it wasn't right. It wasn't right. There were a lot of things that were very, very wrong. So I went off I took a completely different road. And I have 2 daughters. And let me tell you, Yvie, I raised them the way I wanted to be raised. Complete, like I felt like it was healing for me. Yeah, just raising my daughters the way I wanted to be raised. I felt that it was also for me the same thing. I was able to heal a certain part of me by doing that.
Oh, I get.
And one of my daughters loves tarot cards. She loves spirituality. She loves wearing, rings with gems on them and playing with cards. And she had periods where she had witchy gatherings with her friends. And I've never felt more proud.
Oh, I think that's
so
beautiful.
It's really, yeah. But I couldn't do that as a youngster. My daughter's in her early 20s. I would have been taken to church for exorcism or something. It would have been horrifying. I couldn't do that. I didn't have that freedom. I bought her first tarot deck. I was so excited to buy her first tarot deck. But I wouldn't be able to do that. There's no way I would have done any of those things when I was a youngster. It was like, no way. Then the priest would be coming to the house with the, holy water and, spraying me. And so it was a very long road, Yvie. If you want to talk about strength,
yes,
that's strength. It was a very long and lonely road.
I know that you talk about that in, snippets. You know how we learn snippets through each of it.
Yeah.
And as we go with our videos too, we add more snippets of ourselves. So I've picked that up. And I know through your emails, you say that you empowered your daughters. You didn't want, to be strong and independent, but not as you didn't want them to experience what you did.
No, none of it. None of it. None at all. And they didn't. Nothing that I experienced that really made me feel bad or really made me struggle. None of that. That wasn't going to happen with my kids.
No.
That was absolutely not going to happen. I was going to give them a totally different upbringing. I wanted them to carve a path that was right for them, to be comfortable
And
with
not
who they
repeat
are.
those patterns, you know, that.
It had to stop with me. It had to. And you know what? I'm not even there yet. My kids are on a different journey. I feel like I just opened a path and I put them there, and they're on a journey that they can be who they are. I'm not entirely there yet, Yvie. I still have parts of me that I'm trying to heal, that I'm constantly working on, because no matter how much you try, the ghosts of the past and all those things that get instilled in us when we're children, they're still there. They're in the back of your head somewhere. And once in a while, one of them will, kind of will break out from whatever little place you have it in, and they'll get out, and then you've got to deal with it, right? So I'm not 100% there, but I hope for my kids it's going to be totally different. That they don't have those cultural divisions and religious things and all of that.
All those barriers. And like, as you're talking now, like, I admire that, because when I was reflecting on strength this week, just you being, well, you're being, well, you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and to say, and to, with our strength, it's okay not to be okay, isn't it?
Yes.
And to empower ourselves and say, look, I'm not okay, or yet allowing ourselves to be vulnerable is strength, don't you think?
100%. 100%.
Talking about it, or asking somebody for help. I'm not coping, or this memory's come up, or anything. That, like I always say to my son, there's nothing that you can't talk to us about, that you can't come to us and talk to us about. Like, I don't want him to hide anything that he has to cope on his own if he thinks he can't cope with something.
Absolutely, Yvie. That's so important. And I'm always there for everyone. Call me, email me, text me, whatever. I tell people, whatever you need, I'm here. Just lean on me. I'm always available for support. I have trouble with that, Yvie, because I'm so used to just keeping myself up, just taking care of myself, that I have trouble reaching out to people. Really, like, I can be struggling really badly, and
you know what? We're all guilty of it. Yes.
Nobody knows. My husband, who is the kindest, most gentle human being on earth, an entire week can pass by and he has absolutely no idea that I'm, like, really suffering inside. And then finally, I can't stand it anymore, and I'll kind of open the door, and he says, "How can you not come to me?" Like, how can... And I said, "I don't know. I just try to do it on my own. I just try to manage on my own. It's so difficult for me." But now, ever since I started sharing cards online, on Instagram, on Facebook, coming here, doing videos, I decided I'm going to start just letting it all out. I've got to get this stuff out. I don't want to leave this earth and come back and do it all over again, because, Yvie, I'm not coming back. Okay? There isn't going to be any repetition for me. Like, no way. So whatever it is I need to do, it has to be done in this lifetime. I want to take care of these things. So this year, I don't resolutions, but I decided 2022 has to be a year where I try to reach out when I need help. Try to reach out when I need support. Just go to someone. I mean, I'm always here. Like, come to me. Anyone, come, I'll help you out. But I need to be able to do that, because I'm getting older. I'm not as young and strong as I used to be. And it's like, I need help sometimes too. I need to be able to say, hey, I'm not okay. I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time. Something that, at my age.
And that is hard to do. That's part of us being vulnerable, but that is strength. I wrote a few notes. Part of that, is definitely, allowing ourselves to be strong enough to be vulnerable. So and allowing and trusting others to support us.
Yes.
As well as we support, that. What I'll do, Martha, I'll just quickly go back through the chat.
Yes.
So, Rain says...
Look at my tablet here. Oh,
sorry,
Jackie's
everybody.
off. Yeah, it's late for Jackie. Good night, Jackie.
Good night, Jackie. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, so Rain says she felt the same way, born into the wrong family and even the wrong century.
Yes.
Yeah. And Tash, put your crystals near the computer or phone so these beautiful high energies of love and light can charge your metaphysical tools. Bless you, Tash. Jackie said she's the black sheep of the family for all sorts of reasons.
Oh my gosh, look at all these wonderful comments. After we're done, Yvie, I'm going to have to go watch all of this and read all the comments.
Yes. We don't want to miss any of you, so please don't think we're ignoring you.
No. I do have my tablet on the side so I could sneak a peek every now and then, but I don't see any comments here.
And I've got Tracy. Tracy said she knew someone growing up who was highly religious but known for having affairs. Yeah, and Tash says it's horrible, the slavery of women. It's so deep in society, is not recognised, the oppression of women.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was so much of that when I was growing up. I could not stand it. I was not going to comply. I was I was going to say difficult, but I wasn't difficult. I have to correct my language and the words that I use because I was not difficult. I was just not going to comply to something that was not right. And I keep steering my words in a different direction because you see, I call myself difficult. I wasn't difficult. I was doing what I felt was the right thing to do.
And perhaps we could call that reframing that memory too, Martha. You need to reframe that.
Yes.
It wasn't wrong and it wasn't rebellious. It was
I had to challenge it.
Yeah.
I had to
challenge it. Questioning it too, and others were saying, don't question it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what kept me stable, Yvie, in my family, there were two people in my family that I was extremely close to. One was my brother. We had 11 months difference, and we were, I can't even explain the relationship. When we were children, we may as well have been Siamese twins. We were inseparable, and we just absolutely adored each other. And he was, I think of him as a soulmate, and I believe that we travel through many lifetimes. He and I were connected. And the other one was my father. My father was, I can't even explain him. He was just such a good soul, and he understood me, and he would sit down and have conversations with me, and he would know when I'm unhappy and when I'm stressed and when I was feeling lost. And he would, no matter where I was, whether I was in the house, outside of the house, he'd come and find me and bring me close again. So he was my foundation, is what he was. And the connection that we had between us, I can't even explain it. That's why I think of him and my brother as soulmates. They're people that I travel with in life that understand me. So yes, I may have been born in the wrong family, but maybe my father was too. Maybe we came from, there was a division, maybe my father was, and he was so advanced for his generation and the culture and community that he was in. He admired and loved strong and independent women. And when I was young, he would praise me for any little thing. And he would tell me, you can be anything you want. He thought I was going to be the prime minister of the country if I wanted to. He was just, he was that type of person. He was very advanced for his generation and for the culture that he was immersed in. So he gave me like I had one side that I was struggling, and then I would have my father that would pull me, like kind of try and balance the scales.
Balance.
So if it wasn't for him and his love and support and his compliments and his praises and all of that, I don't know what would have happened to be honest with you. I don't know how I could have survived that period in my life. Like I try to explain to people how
Got
dark.
Lisa from Kerridon. Sorry. Hi, Lisa. Lovely to see you. Mwah. Lisa's from New Zealand. Lovely to see you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's another place my daughter's been to, New Zealand. That's beautiful. Oh, that's
lovely.
lovely.
To see you, Lisa. We miss you. Lisa has a channel as well, but she hasn't been on for a while, but I've been. Sorry, Martha, to interrupt. But when you're talking about that, and I made some notes because I know when you speak on your videos that I really sense you get your strength from your beloved father and brother that are in spirit.
Yes, very much so.
But also, this is just how I'm reading your energy, that they're very much, they were your earth angels and now they're really your spirit angels and they give you that strength.
Very much so, Yvie. Very much.
Yes. And I could sense,
yeah.
I could.
I'm so grateful for that. And
Bye, Larica. Larica's going to bed. It's getting late.
Larica.
Thank you for joining us.
It's late. Yeah. Thank you for coming. I don't call on them. I don't reach out to them. It's extremely rare. I just know they're there.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just I'm so confident in the fact that they're just there as a guiding light. But they're in spirit world now, so I don't reach out and say, hey, I need help, come and help me, because they're off now. They're in a different. Yes. I don't even know how to explain it, but I don't want to disturb their journey. But I just know that they're there at any given time. So it's this feeling I get around me sometimes. If I'm really down and out, I feel that presence around me. It's like a hug. It's like a spiritual hug.
It's hard to like when I was writing a few notes, it's like that protective energy, because I get that so much from, all my family's really gone now. And like my mum and grandma don't have to prove that they're around because I know they are. But perhaps,
absolutely.
But I know that they appear in all forms and they don't have to prove anything. But probably with Dad, he wasn't so spiritual. But he has been a real spiritual since he's gone to the spirit world. He just packs it like a punch when he shows up. Because I guess he has to, because he may feel he has to because he didn't he wasn't. You couldn't talk to Dad about spirituality. Not that he knew I did the angel cards, starting 20 years ago, but Mum and Grandma, no worries. But I know, he gives me that strength because he's the least that I'd expect to appear in spirit. Does that make sense?
It does. But you know what? He's not in the earthly body anymore. He's pure spirit. So it's completely different. We have a certain journey that we follow here, but once we're released from that and we become literally pure love, we're just free from all these emotions and struggles and troubles. So I'm not surprised, Yvie. I'm really not surprised that he is that soul. That's in his purity. That's who he really is. He's not bound by any contracts or anything that he should have been doing here. It's completely different.
How it came about one time where I had to go into hospital. It wasn't big, but it was a ladies' sort of operation, and Like I know mum's there, grandma's there in spirit, everyone's around. And a day or so before, I went to my dad's grave and the clock is still there. There's a white clock and it's hanging above the trees where he's buried. And I said to my husband, that's really weird. Someone has put a clock in the tree near Dad's grave. There's a clock. It's a white clock that you might find in the school, on the school walls, plain, and it had 12:15 on it. And I said to Pete, it's really weird. Go and have a look, because he worked in the area too and he could call in and have his sandwich in his truck up there. He said, yeah. He said, that's weird. I said, oh, yeah. So we put it aside. A couple of days later, I went into hospital for this just routine operation. I took my angel cards in my bag. This is probably, might be 6 years ago. And it wasn't going to be an overnight stay. And, of course, if you don't have anything to eat, you can't go home. And I said, oh, well, can I stay overnight then? I said, oh, yeah. I was feeling really down. My husband and son had gone home. And in the dark of night, you get this sweeping, oh, my gosh, I was down. I was vulnerable. And the nurse, I had to ring the bell for the nurse. The nurse come in and I said, can you get these caramel lollies out of my bag, please? I had a sore throat from the anaesthetic or whatever, the tubes. So she's leaning in my bag and she's going, oh goodness, oh gosh, what's this? And she pulls out my angel deck. So I wasn't thinking about the angels in hospital because I was just worried, I thought, oh yeah, I brought the angel deck with me. And it was in the dead of night. I looked up at the clock on the wall and it was the same white clock, 12:15.
Oh my gosh,
Yvie. As at Dad's grave a couple of days ago. The clock is still, it's fading, but it's still hanging in the tree.
Wow.
So that's how he gave me strength. I thought, well, that's Dad. He just appears out of nowhere. No one else has to appear. I know they're there.
Wow, Yvie. Oh gosh, yeah. They're there. Yeah,
they're there
constantly.
Because I feel
watching, protecting, supporting. Sometimes it's just like a little breeze that goes by, or it could be a little flicker of light, or it could be a sign. Oh, I remember last year we had gone to visit my daughter. She lives about an hour away from here with her boyfriend. And we went to visit her. And as we're talking, this little bird, a cardinal, shows up and sits outside on their patio on the chair. And my daughter noticed it and she says, look, Mom, that's Grandpa. Oh. He's come to visit. And I thought, oh my gosh. I was, aside from the fact that I was so touched, because those little birds, they don't really show themselves. They're very quiet, very shy. They're always in the trees. They will never come very close to the house. They're really very protective. This one came right to the patio door so that we can see it. And she said, look, Mom, there's Grandpa.
What was that? It's that sense of peace.
Yes. I was so happy to see that, but I was even happier that she noticed it, that she said that.
Yes.
It was just such a heart hugging. That's what I always say. Such a heart hugging moment.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So yes, he did. He came to visit. He came to say hi.
And don't you think these little moments, like Lisa's saying back here, she's saying it is exactly like a spiritual hug. I find it like being dipped in a cauldron of peace filled with honey. And
they send reminders to us, Yvie. We just need to pay attention sometimes.
And that strength, and Luna Wolf's got nice analogy. And then Tracy says, even I know your mum and grandma are, yes, because Tracy and I speak of how we found each other, and she did that random spirit message. And I said to Tracy, mum and grandma just appear as one. So if there's one sign from grandma, because we were a bond, my sister, yeah, I still have my beautiful sister. So, and Burb, that is what
you're so fortunate. Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty much alone now. My parents are gone. My brother's gone. I have another brother. We're completely like, we don't talk. We have no relationship, zero. We're nothing alike. And it's been a very bad 2 years for us. So as far as I'm concerned, like the whole family is pretty much gone. But I have two beautiful daughters. They're partners, my husband. I mean, I've got my own wonderful, beautiful family. And I have all of you guys. So I'm very blessed. I think
we have people in our lives who we're not connected to anymore, family-wise, I guess.
Yes.
But Spirit puts other people in their place. Do you think, like, not in their place, but to make that journey, like we find other souls on our journey, and it's okay to let those and it's a strength too to let them go as much as it hurts.
It's a strength to recognize also what we need to let go of, what cords to cut. But I feel that if we don't do that, we don't live in a very healthy manner, but we don't allow what's meant for us to come. And I know for myself that every time, it could be anything. I mean, you can declutter your home and all of a sudden new things come along. You can move away from certain people, and then other people, as long as there's a void somewhere, it's going to get filled with what's meant for you at that period in your life.
Said. Yes. So, and trusting.
I've traveled, I've met people along my journey, and they've come and gone, and we've gone our separate ways, and some have stayed and some have, moved on. That's okay. That's part of life. Okay. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes we have a friendship that just doesn't work out, and it could be painful, but it's not meant to be. The road has ended. So it stops and ends right there. And then we go our separate ways. And we have to, we mourn it. There's grief involved for certain things, but you have to let go. You can't just clutch onto things and because there's something waiting for you. You got to make space for it. You got to open that door, open that window, whatever, just for it to come in.
It's true. It's taking that, I get very attached. So how we were saying earlier before we went live, like my circle is very small.
Me too.
And it takes me a while to trust people.
Yes.
I'm very.
That's
another. Like I'm getting better at it, but also I think having the YouTube channel, I'm trusting myself too to be confident and allow people in too.
Has it been because of disappointments that have people disappointed you and they've compromised your trust?
I guess, yeah.
I think that's what happens is when we become disappointed or hurt by people or betrayed in any manner, then we become, we create this shield around us, this protective shield. Because there's pain involved and there's grief involved, and you really don't want to experience that. So you think to yourself, well, now if I start this new relationship or this friendship, what's going to happen there? Am I going to be disappointed? But then we start to create that wall, right? And we separate ourselves from the world. So
I think as we get older too, we let it fall a bit more, don't we? As we get older, as you say, we
make an effort. I know for me, it's an effort. Some of the closest people to me have really disappointed me. So it does take an effort for me to trust people, to say, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And then I've met people that pretend to be someone they're not. And then all of a sudden you realize that's not the person you thought they were. So there's disappointment there, and you become jaded over time. You start to become cynical over time. But it's not a way to live. Like, you're not happy doing that either, right? You can protect yourself and say, okay, I'm going to build this shield and this wall. But are you happy? You're not even happy there. So it's quite a journey.
It's a journey. And you know what? We're talking about it, and we're letting all the vulnerabilities out there.
Yeah. And now I find that ever since I started my channel and I start to talk about more personal things, I don't know. I feel like I'm just
getting free.
Yeah. Slowly. I've got work to do. I've got this process to go through. But I feel that every time I allow myself to just open up and release these things that are burdening me, I just get rid of them. And I start to feel lighter, and I start to feel happier. Yeah. And I love watching videos with people sharing about themselves, who they are, what they believe in, what's going on with them. And I know it's not for everyone. There are people who actually get turned off by stuff like that. People who share their vulnerabilities. That's okay, but I love it. I love when people are able to open up and share about themselves and talk about what struggles they're going through and reach out to individuals and ask for the support. I admire that. I think it takes a lot of strength to really be who you are and show yourself to the world. That's, instead of putting that mask on all the time,
to show up.
A lot of strength. Yes, strength. That's the topic today is pretty much strength.
And it's like Tasha said, what is meant for us is so much bigger than we realize. And the conditioning of society, yes. And Tracy's got, I find it hard to believe that people like me, so YouTube has been a great support and learning curve.
Oh, huge.
Huge. And I like how you said earlier, Martha, because I mentioned it to Tracy too. Tracy gets on and she'll say, I don't know if I'm being creative, or I don't want to do my journal, or I don't want to do this. But I did say to her, but what you're doing on YouTube is like your diaries, like your journal. And you said that, you're speaking it. And
absolutely.
So Tracy, you are doing it. And you're showing your strength, and what you've been through too is so empowering.
That's an interesting comment right there.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe that people like me. So YouTube has been a great support and learning curve. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Don't a lot of us feel that way, that we're not going to be liked, or we're not going to be supported in any way, or these are like issues that we have to contend with. Yes. And they come from somewhere, right? I mean, they stem from somewhere. Either someone has planted seeds in us that have sprouted and our self-esteem gets questioned, or we do it to ourselves. We start to question our abilities and whether we're worthy or good enough. And then when someone likes us, we say, who, me? Someone's watching my stuff, like, who, me? Like, what's so special? And, we shouldn't do that. We should have this sense of self-worth. And then it's another thing. It's a lifelong journey of trying to build that in us and to raise it to a healthy level and be confident in who we are. Self-love really is what it is.
But
that's
definitely
a really profound statement right there. That really
you find it hard to believe that people. Yeah, you're right, Tracy. Too. You think, oh gosh, but we get that little bit of confidence. And I think in one of my videos too, where I thought, well, it doesn't matter if anyone watches. I call it a space for grace, where I just come on and I'm just.
That's such a nice way of saying it. I love that. Yes.
And giving ourselves permission to take up a little bit of space takes strength, doesn't it?
Yes. And making the videos, I'm gonna create a video probably soon, maybe in the next few weeks, because I'm getting into that first year on YouTube. And I want to
Yeah.
talk about my first year experience.
Yes.
And one of the things I want to talk about is that when you do something like this, you should not get caught up in numbers. So people get, it's a rabbit hole, Yvie. It really is a rabbit hole.
I have no numbers. Honestly, I've got no numbers on mine.
Yeah. Do not care about the numbers. Do not look at how many people are watching your videos. If you get caught up in that, not only will your self-esteem take a dive, but chances are you'll quit your channel at some point. You have to do it for you. Your channel has to be first and foremost for you. So it's easy to get caught up in that. I mean, even when I started in the beginning, I felt myself going in that direction. I said, whoa, pump the brakes here, because if I start going in that direction, I'm out of here. I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to get caught up in that. I want to do this because I enjoy it, because I have a love for my spirituality, because I'm challenging myself. Like you, I'm not a speaker. You put me in public speaking, I'm going to pass out. Put me on a stage, I'll probably pass out.
I was really passing out before I do it.
So for me to get in front of the camera and put myself out there, wow.
And then you know, when we're filming ourselves talking, I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And I replay it. Like I said, did I just say that? Where did that come from?
Exactly.
And I think
it's a big step for us. It's huge.
It's huge. And I think Rain was saying, we do. I think Rain was saying before that someone was doing thumbs down in her Daffy Duck video. And that,
you'll find lots of that. Yeah, you cannot take that personally. Yeah, you just have people that have nothing better to do with their time than to go bother everyone. But
when it first happens, you get the thumbs down.
Yes.
And you think, you know, I wouldn't do that to anybody. But then you just think,
exactly. These people are usually not happy in their own lives. So if you're happy and if you are satisfied with what you're doing, you're going to be happy for other people as well. And you're not going to go and upset them and cause them misery and all that, because you just don't have it in you. So the way I look at it is the people doing this are dealing with their own issues, and they are not happy. They're probably very miserable or stressed or whatever's going on in their lives. Don't pay attention to them. Rain, don't pay attention to them. Everything
we love Daffy Duck. We love Bugs Bunny. All of Rain's beautiful drawings. But Rain's got, vulnerability is attractable and lovable and freeing. Yes. So true, says Agata. Yeah, that's beautifully said. And Tracy's got, so true. Not many watch my pets, people in spirit, but I know that the person who needs the message will watch it. Watch it at the right time. And you're doing it with love, Tracy. And there's the right person.
Even Tash here, she's saying she gets a lot of thumbs down, but she doesn't care. And that's the best attitude to have, because she's right. The ones who will love, look, when you love what you do, others will gravitate to it. The people, even if it's 5 people, look at it this way, okay? Even if 20 people watch your video, that's 20 people taking time out of their day. 10 people, put it down to 10, taking time out of their day to sit with your video and spend time with you. I mean, 10 people.
Wonderful.
From anywhere in the world. That is sufficient. So it's a rabbit hole. You get on this channel. YouTube is really, I've seen so many channels. I've been on YouTube, not recording, but watching different types, not just spirituality. And I've seen people just come and go, and I've seen people talk about the struggle and how they feel like they're not getting anywhere. So it's a rabbit hole. You can get sucked into that, and it's really very upsetting and devastating. So that's really one thing. You do this, be prepared that your channel may grow very slowly. It may not grow at all. You may have a very small crowd. You'll get thumbs down. You'll get people who will watch part of it and quit. You have to just do it for you. Do it because you love what you do.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I love that, Martha. And it's got, I love what Tash said too. She said, yeah, as you were saying, Martha, and Tasha said, yeah, they gravitate towards your authenticity. She says, we are ancestors communicating with our future selves, our children. I love that. And Agatha's watched Tracy's pets videos. And what's Tracy? There is someone in Australia who thumbs down to all tarot-related content. When I got cancer, they stopped with me. So they must have felt, I
think that's this, they couldn't get past that line of being completely, I'd say a word, but I won't say it. Let's just say a not very good person. Everybody will, you know, has a line that they don't cross. But yeah, that person may have been someone who is very religious and thinks we're all demons for doing this. So everything is going to get a thumbs down, right? So it's a challenging thing. And like I told you, I never in a million years would have thought I was going to start a YouTube channel. If you had told me that, like right before I started it, it was very impulsive for me. I said, okay, that's it. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm going to record and off I go. I never would have believed it. It was like, there's no way I'm never going to do this. I'll never put myself out there. And here I am. And talking about all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, now I've started sharing all these mystical moments, very private things about experiences I've had. And people could, you know, people who don't believe in that will think, wow, she's really off her rocker, you know, but hey, these are my experiences. So if you don't like my videos, click off, go somewhere else.
But I think we've all found, you know, the people we've connected with, we've found that little bit of strength and courage and inspiration to hit that record button. And, you know, I can see as each of us go along, you know, we reveal, as I said, different things about ourselves, and that keeps me going, you know, like even with Tracy, like I said to her, Tracy, you know, the lives on it, it's going to be 5 a.m. your time. I'm trying to sort out different. And I said, so don't feel you have to. And here she is. She's showing up.
I know. Oh my gosh.
And like even Lisa, I contacted Lisa. She hadn't been on. And she's just showed up for a quick hi. And, yeah, it just keeps. And it's only a small little group, you know, that. Yeah, and I think it's beautiful. So I'm
going to have to sit down after, Yvie. I'm going to watch this whole video, just listen to us talking and read all of these comments. I'm going to have to just read.
I like to go back through too, so don't think that we miss any of your comments.
No, not at all. I'm going to read every single one of them because it's beautiful. I mean, we're all here spending this time together, and I think it's just beautiful.
So did you want to go into what creativity we got up to around strength for our hopes and dreams and wishes? And if any of you there did anything, let us know. Oh, Tracy says, how could I not? You were always there for me. Yeah, you're special, Tracy. You're all special. I've got Agatha, I've got Tracy, Martha, everyone who's here is so special. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, gosh, Yvie, yes.
Don't make me cry. So who got creative? Martha and I. Martha was so brave. She just jumped into the challenge. I said, how do you feel about doing a creative page? You don't have to. It can just be a word on a page. She said, Yvie, I just did it. So you just did it. I'm so proud of you.
I am not as artistic as you are, Yvie, or as Rain is. You're both wonderfully artistic, but I did put a lot of effort. Whatever I could do, I put effort into it.
Oh,
so you asked me about strength. And if I had to go back, all the way back to the beginning of my journey, and I keep saying it starts around 12, and I think that's around the time that my actual journey to where I should be began. I think what kept me going is probably hope. I think that's the most important thing in the world The strongest thing I had about me was hope. I was so determined, Yvie, to live and be happy. So
Love that.
yeah, you know, I think as long as I was holding on to hope, then I could just take that next step. And I knew that if I ever lost hope, that I wasn't going to be in this world anymore. So it was very important to hold on to that element. And I did have the support of my father, who thought the sun rose with me every day. So if I lost hope, he would go get a new, like almost like it's like a little thing that, you know, goes inside and just implement it into me again. So as long as I had hope, I kept going. So I've done 2 pages here that I wanted to share, and I'll show you the first one, which is this one here. I hope everyone can see it. I'm going to try to get it into the camera here. And it says, we hope, we rise, we heal, we live. And as long as we continue that cycle, I'm looking at my camera to make sure I'm doing this right. So as long as we keep hoping, we will rise. We will keep rising. When we keep rising, we keep healing. And when we heal, we live. So there's this continuous cycle, and we may fall again, and it starts all over again. And my strength, which comes from this right here, and I'll try to center this properly. All right, hold on. I've got to do this right.
That's beautiful.
I'm having trouble, like the camera is like backwards. So yeah, here. All right, there we go. So all of it begins with love. And even if we don't have the love that comes from someone else, be it in a relationship or our parents or anything, we have to have the self-love. So I've always tried to be heart-centered and to love, if not myself, to love something in life. And it could be the beauty of the world. It could be being near the ocean. It could be animals. It could be nature. I had to hold on to something, which gave me the strength and the courage to hope and rise and heal and live. So that's what I wanted to share with everyone. That's what keeps me going, Yvie, all the time. Just being heart-centered and just holding on to that hope that I've always required. Every step, every experience and challenge I've had in my life, and there have been many. As long as I had that cycle, I was going to be okay. I've hit rock bottom more than once. I've risen again. You can't go anywhere else. Once you hit rock bottom, the only way to go is up, right? So sometimes you stay down there, and then you rise up again, and you start all over again, and you just keep going and going. And life is not easy. I don't think it's meant to be easy, to be honest with you. We're meant to be challenged and to grow and to just keep going. One foot in front of the other. And on days where you don't want to do anything, don't. If you want to stay in bed, do that. If you want to cry, cry. There could be nothing more cleansing than crying.
I've got that on it's in my notes.
Show me what you've done. Show me what you've done.
That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, because
thank you for inviting me to do this. I hadn't used my colored pencils or anything for the longest time, and let me tell you, it was so beautiful, Yvie. And I told myself I should get into this. I should rewatch Rain's videos and start doing her drawings. That's what I should do. I showed you mine. Go ahead. What did you create?
Yours is so, it's given me tingles, because things you were saying I've put in here as well. So
did you?
But I thought I'd ask. Now Tash sent me. I'll show you mine, and then I'll show Tash's. Tash sent me hers on phone, because Tash is in Australia. Agatha said she's been pondering, but she's an artist as well. But I thought if you'd like to have another week, anyone in the chat, and they want to send me a photograph of what art they've done. And it doesn't have to be art. It could be a photo you take of a tree or just one word.
Yes.
So I don't know if you want to send me something, Tracy. It can be anything. It can be a photo of one of your favorite crystals that gives you strength. And maybe I could put a little video, just a little edited video with music, with words, and say, you know, this is Martha's strength. This is Tasha's. This is just a little quick video of what we get out of the strength. You know, like a little, no word. Would everyone like to do that? And that will give you extra time to email it to Fairy Wren Whispers. It's in the description, my email. I think most of you here have got it anyway. Because if you don't have to draw anything, you can just write a word or show me a favorite crystal that gives you strength or something in your life. It could be a photo of your husband or your family, anything. And I'll do a quick, like a snippet of what your book, if you could send me that, and what Tasha sent me, and whatever.
That's beautiful. Oh, that would be nice, Yvie.
Just
that would be beautiful. Yeah.
Just, yeah. And we don't have to explain anything. We can just show it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'll give you a week, and I might email you and say, hey, have you got it? I've got Tasha's and Agatha, so plenty of time. And it can take. Mine took me not long. Did yours not take you long, Martha? A bit of a splash here and there to do your art?
I made a nice cup of tea and I sat with it and I had my colored pencils and I just started drawing, and I think it just took me one evening, maybe a couple of hours to draw it and fill it in. And I knew immediately, I remember when you sent your email, and I knew immediately what I was going to do. I just right away when you said, would you be willing to do this? And you're always saying, no pressure, no pressure. No, there's no pressure.
Because I want everyone to be comfortable, you know. And if you say, no, I don't want to do that, so, well, that's okay. I'm just getting a tissue. Wow. And Rain.
We have Rain mentioned here in the comments. She's already sent hers in. Rain sent it. You must have received it. So we've got Rain's, and I can photograph mine, and then everyone else can photograph theirs and send it, and you can make that clip. I think it's going to be beautiful. That's such a lovely idea. Yeah.
Have you seen Rain's yet?
I have. It's so it's so cute. I love that she referenced bats. I won't say anything else, so everyone else can see it when the time
I wanted
comes.
to print it out. Our printer's not working. I wanted to print it out. We've got to get a new printer for our new computer, but
yeah.
You know what I think about that, Rain?
Rain,
Speechless.
thank you. You actually made me look younger in the image. So much younger in the image.
It was breathtaking.
So sweet. Now, your turn, Yvie.
So I did the 2 pages as well. And I actually went back to I actually went back to one of my really old videos, and oh my gosh, yeah, I went back to one of my old videos, and I thought, I'm having deja vu. And in a lot of the New Age books, they mention the word sovereignty a lot, and I hadn't. Sovereignty, wow, I like that word. And of course, back in the video, I looked it up, and it means supreme power or authority. You know, you become the ruler of your own life and your own kingdom. And this was about May 2020, so nearly 2 years ago I did the video, and I thought, I'm going to get out the artwork I did there. So this isn't what I did, but I'd already done for courage and sovereignty. So the softness of the flower, the crown, our kingdom, and the gentleness of the rainbow, and our transforming and standing in our power. Because I was just having deja vu that I think I've done this before. And I went back, so I found this, and it was May 2020. But I'd done this collage first, and what I've done is I've actually got this, because I keep all the same old magazines and gift paper. I actually, before I record that, I got out the same rose from the same magazine. And
Oh my gosh.
I've got a hand. Now, you spoke about love, self-love, and those around, where am I? Those around us. So I put the love heart. I've got a little picture of a bird in my backyard, so I need not explain birds, where my strength comes from. I've got the, where is it? The blue feather from the blue fairy wren.
Yeah. That's a hand holding up the flower. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. That's
and
gorgeous.
The sunflower, which means is around my son. So all that gives me strength, my loved ones. But the verse I like is, I've tied a piece of string to my hand, and on the other page, it's flying a butterfly kite. That's me. I've got to stick that on. And there's hope.
Hope.
And you were talking of hope.
Yes, that's beautiful.
I haven't stuck her on yet. And I'm in a field of dandelions making wishes. And
there's the rainbow. That is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
And I'm writing my own story, just simple. But what this says, so the piece of string, like flying a kite, you need strength. But I went flying a kite with a friend and her little boy a couple of weeks ago, and they said, she said, he's just been gifted a little butterfly kite for Christmas. And he said, Yvie, come fly butterfly. And I put the symbolism together, because when flying a kite, like I've tied the string, and sometimes we have to let go. See, it's only loosely tied.
Yes. That's beautiful.
And I'm flying the kite, but at times I have to be strong enough to perhaps let that kite go and fly.
Wow.
And what the verse is on it is this one. I've written on the string, nothing is so strong as gentleness, nothing so gentle as real strength.
That's beautiful.
You know, like strength doesn't have to be big battle armor and swords like the first one. It can be just that the flowers are gentle. And then I've got here, when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. And
that's beautiful, Yvie.
So I think we were thinking very much along the same. I love how you had that rise up and live. Love that. And it just,
I think it all starts with hope. We have to have hope. Hope, I think, is the foundation of strength. That as long as we have that, then we will be okay. That's what I always say. As long as I have hope, I'll be okay. No matter what I'm going through, no matter what's going on, no matter how I'm feeling, I'm going to be okay. That's it. That's what I keep telling myself. I'll be okay. I may not be okay right now. I may not be okay tomorrow. I may not be okay even 6 months from now. But I'm going to be okay.
Okay.
Eventually, I'm going to be okay. So it's a journey. And some are more challenging and they last longer and they're more difficult. But every journey comes to an end. Every single one of them comes to an end. And that's when we need to reach out. Strength is reaching out sometimes.
Yes,
we don't have to take on the world. We don't have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Strength is reaching out. Strength is telling someone, I am not okay. I need help.
Yes.
That takes strength. Because you're vulnerable. You're letting someone know that you're not well, you're not handling things, you're not. And I find that the world sometimes puts that pressure on us, that if we're not always smiling and happy and doing well and, tackling things and taking care of everything, we're judged. It's okay to fall apart.
Yeah.
It's okay to be unable to manage something. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. That's what makes us human. So
beautifully, yeah, it's okay not to be okay.
yes.
And doesn't matter the intensity of what we're going through, whether it's something like maybe simple, what is it? Something might be really tragic, but something might be just because you didn't get that job.
Yes.
We still have to acknowledge that it's important to us too, no matter what it is, where we are on that spectrum of what we're going through. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing insignificant that we can say that, look, it's okay not to be okay about not getting that job too. Like rather than
it all matters.
Because someone else is going through something more, like we still have to acknowledge, you know what I mean?
There shouldn't be a comparison. How many times do you hear, oh, things could be worse? Well, yeah, things could be better too, or we can't play that game, right? Each one of us is experiencing whatever we're experiencing. You can't say, well, I've got bigger problems, so you shouldn't complain.
Yeah.
Or, I'm not as happy as you, so you shouldn't, be unhappy. We shouldn't be doing that. We're all dealing with whatever it is we're dealing with on whatever level we're dealing with it on. There's no comparison. Yeah. Just let people do their thing and mind your own business. That's the way I look at it. Just mind your own business. And support each other. That's all.
Yeah.
Why can't we just support each other instead of this constant struggle and this competitiveness? And why not just support each other? Why not just be there for one another and take care of one another? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing anyways?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, beautifully said, Martha. What have we got here? Tracy's got gorgeous roses are symbols of love from spirit. So an invisible hand, is very symbolic. And that gentle hand. And Ray's got, I think hope is kith and kin with our version of faith and spirit. And yes, Rain. And then Tash goes, I lost all hope for many years. You are not lost if you have lost hope. It will come from the darkest place and shine you higher than you ever realized you could be. Yeah. And Tash has been very open about her struggle. She texts me. So Tash, I'm going to show Tash's beautiful piece. Now, Tash, I don't know how long ago you made this. She made herself a silver pendant. And I just want to read a little. It's beautiful silver pendant. I'll show you a photo. And when I put the video together, we'll probably be able to see it a bit clearer. And she made a silver pendant of a Zuni bear. And she says, he is solid silver, and I feel he most represents strength. When I go back in time, this is why I made him. And he's absolutely beautiful. He's got the medicine wheel on it with feather-tipped arrows, a heart line and feather across the top of head. And she's got a pyramid on it too. And it's absolutely beautiful. So what I'll do...
stop teasing us and show it.
Sorry. Are you ready to have kindness? She's got. So absolutely. So there's the bear. And she's got it. I'm not sure.
Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. Look at all the details on that. That is stunning.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Wow.
That's amazing. Just amazing.
I'll show. Absolutely beautiful, Tash. I was blown away. Like, that's really an art to do silver pendant crafting.
Yes. Look, just all the details, all the little details on that.
And then This camera's, see the back of it? You can really see the bear.
Gorgeous. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow. How breathtaking. So
it
definitely
really is.
So yeah. Yes, I'm a silversmith amongst other things. Beautiful, Tash. Absolutely amazing.
Do you sell them, Tash? Do you sell them? I'm just going to check.
Do you make them, Tash, for yourself or for others? Just see what and Tash says she utilizes the bear energies to feel better with her hibernation. And through what she's been,
Absolutely gorgeous.
through, it gives her mother strength energies and hibernation energies. Yeah. Just beautiful. So we've got some lovely pieces to put on the strength videos, the strength video that I'm going to put together.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the comments here. I think my
that's beautiful, Tash.
I think my tablet takes longer with the comments. Like I'm watching the comments on my tablet and I don't see the ones you're seeing yet. So this one is going slowly.
Oh, now Tash has asked, she asked me the symbol on the back of this beautiful pendant Tash made. She said, does anyone know what the symbol on the back is? I am too unwell to create with silver at the moment. That's, understand. But yes, when I'm well, I will create beautiful things. I'd buy something from you, Tash.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely stunning.
And I know it would be made with so much love. Now, I'll just show Tash the back of this. I thought it looked, I'll let everyone have a look. Oh, here we go. Here's Tracy. She's got Haniel, a spark of vitality. What do you think that symbol looks like at the back? I thought maybe an upside down teardrop or a figure. She was wondering what it might be.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Not sure. I might put that up when I do the video. Say, what do people see? Can you see arms?
Wow, that message.
Yeah.
Being
Haniel.
The spark of vitality within you is being restored, giving you the courage to express yourself with real grace. Whatever you do, do it from the heart with great passion. That is beautiful. It's a beautiful message.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely, Haniel, too. Yes,
wow.
Bringing the balance into your life. I've just written, I've got a few notes there too. Yeah, is Haniel, the angel of loving joy. Thank you for doing that, Tracy. So Haniel, courage to express yourself. That's what we've been talking about. Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy when you're not used to doing it. It's a learning process, really. So, the past couple of years, it's been really important for me to just show the world who I really am and not kind of hide away. I think this is a challenge that I've had to take on. I think it's a challenge that I've had to take on for a very, very long time. So
you're doing it, and it's, you know what you're doing. I was saying about space for grace and how Tracy's brought up Haniel. So I've gone to my notes on Haniel. So that's, staying poised in trying situations, looking for the rainbow in storms, helps you find grace, healing with grace. Beautiful. Developing your divine gifts and heightening spirituality. And very much connected to astronomers, Haniel. So a very moon and Venus energy, which we were bringing up a lot of the feminine. You were bringing that up, Martha. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for doing that, Tracy. Yeah. And also, Tracy, I don't know, Haniel works with natural remedies, especially crystals. So there you go, too, because you're very much the crystal lady.
These comments, they're so beautiful. I'm going to have to go back and read all of them because it's so heart-hugging. I keep saying that, but it really is. It really is a heart-hugging moment for me. I mean, I've been so excited about doing this, since you contacted me, because like I was telling you before, I mean, we put out videos, but we're just sitting in front of the camera and talking to the camera. So this is completely different. It's more intimate. It's more emotional. It's more beautiful to do that.
And that's really like special. Pete, my husband said, "How long will you be?" And I said, "I really don't know. It all just goes." And hi, Ange, welcome back. Lovely to see you. And we're going back to Tasha's pendant. And Agata has said, now, Tash, I know you speak a lot about Egypt, or you love Egyptian history. And Agata has mentioned it looks like the Egyptian eye thingy. And Tracy looks like a goddess. Ankh. Is it Ankh? Tash, is Ankh? What's the Ankh symbol, Tash?
And I can't remember.
And Rain said it looks like a flame. But definitely something Egyptian-y about it. I agree with Tracy and Agata with that, Tash. And Rain's got, Haniel is very much supporting, healing for women's physical and emotional health. Very much so, Rain. Haniel's very much connected to Venus and moon energy. And we were talking a lot about feminine, or Martha, with her upbringing too. Wow.
I'm just going to say a quick hello to Ange. Hi, Ange. Welcome. Better late than never.
I think I saw Ange pop in at the beginning, but she was. Yes, I do. Unk. Unk. Yeah. Yes, Tash. Wow. So, do you want to show us a few of your dragon pieces, Martha?
Oh my gosh, of course. And I have a video that I just did recently where I'm showing you all of them. But I'm going to share my two favorites.
And how
actually, I would share my big one, but I can't pick it up. I can't bring it. The one that's about 3.5 or 2 feet tall. I can't bring it. It's too heavy. So I brought two pieces that I love. They're a bit smaller. And I'm going to try to center. So there's this one right here. So try to center it.
Martha's just done a video and explains that she went to ceramic class and she paints. Now that's an art too. That silver work Tash has done, and painting figurines. That is an art.
It really is, and it's very relaxing. And what you do with these pieces is you start off just with a base coat, and then you do a lot of dry brushing and filling in of details and all that. So, I mean, it could take you hours if you want to do it right. You have to take your time. You shouldn't be rushing it. So that's my favorite little dragon. And I think what I really like about it is just the way it's so curious. And I'm trying to center it. I keep forgetting this camera is backwards now. The way the head is slanted, and it's just so curious about its surroundings. And it looks friendly. The wings are open, and it doesn't look threatening at all. And then my second piece that I'm absolutely insanely in love with is, this one right here.
Wow. Yeah, I saw
And
that.
so, yeah, I can picture myself sitting on a throne and having a dragon. Like, this would be a dream come true for me. I would love to have this, have the throne and the dragon.
He's very Merlin, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I had a lot of fun. I started this when my first child was born as a means of doing something for myself. She was very young. She was just a few months old. I needed to do something. Actually, she was about a year and a half old at the time. I needed to do something for me, get out of the house and have some type of hobby and I had a friend call me and say, hey, you know, this woman is offering ceramic classes in her basement. Would you like to come? And I had no clue at the time what it even was, but I thought, hey, I can use a little time away from the baby and the husband at the time. It was another husband. And I joined up and I fell madly in love with it. I spent years doing it and I still do it. I just don't have any pieces right now. I have lots of paints in the house, all my brushes, everything. I just don't have any pieces. So now I feel motivated again. It's like, oh, I've got to find some pieces to paint and get back into it.
Even if it was a smaller piece for your
yes, exactly.
Table. I like your little when you do your tarot.
Something. So back then, I got so much into it. I must have painted every Disney character. I painted holiday pieces. I painted sports pieces. I painted decorations. I made lamps for the house. I gifted so many items. I sold some, which was kind of nice. Oh, it was such a joy, Yvie. I really needed that. It did me a world of good, is what it did.
An outlet. It's
Yeah, it's an expressive outlet.
Yeah, just when you mentioned them throughout, because I know Snip, I'd love to see more, you know, and I'm so, you know, and it's so appropriate. We're talking about strength because dragons very much encompass strength, don't they?
My dragon is what is my protective shield. And we should all have a protective shield. Some will have a light that surrounds them. Some people have trees that surround them. I actually have a dragon. Like, I imagine myself with the dragon. So
like my angels,
protective energy. So they're very important to me. And I have a few around the house. Like I said, I made a video recently. I show all of them. And I had a lot more, but we moved a couple of times. And it was just too much, too many pieces. And I said, no, I can't. I'll keep my favorites and the rest have to go. And I gifted some and I gave some away and all of that. So I'm perfectly happy with the ones I have left because they were my favorites. But now, Yvie, I got to make more. Now that I started talking about it again, I got to get back into it. I just love it. I just love it.
And even, again, if it's just a small piece, if you think it's going to take up too much space,
yes,
but just...
Exactly. Just to get back into that, pick up that paintbrush and focus. Because I feel that when I'm doing creative projects, I feel grounded. I feel relaxed. Yes. And I think we all need that type of outlet. Something that
and
is
don't
good
look, you don't have to say, oh, my art's not good enough for this. Don't worry. Who says your art's not good enough? Just put it, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Do it because you love it.
Do it. Tracy, you know how you said you dusted off your colored pencils? She's told me the other day she had 2. She's dusted them off. And I know Tracy, she loves dragons. Now, she works really well, I think, with Tracy. I think it's Lisa Hunt's Dragon Tarot that you love, that you put away in a cupboard for years, and then all of a sudden you come out and Tracy loves the dragons, the wizard.
The wizard, yes, Sanj, the wizard. I want the throne just like this wizard and my own dragon. I want my own dragon.
I think that's good. And Rain says, I imagine Tash said she's a dragon. I'm a dragon. I imagine I'm wearing Wonder Woman. Oh, yeah, golden bracelets. Ping pong, nothing gets done.
Is that, Ange is asking if that's a dragon behind you. Is that a dragon behind you? Because I've been looking at the picture you have back there.
You may
Is
have
it?
noticed in the lives I try to change the picture, and because Martha was talking about dragons, I said to Martha, I'm going to show a picture that I painted.
And there it is. Yeah.
So let's have a look. This is a picture. So I painted this probably 12 years ago. And
That's
it's
beautiful.
minding a gem. So it's quite symbolic, jewels. And it's based off, this is the only dragon figurine I have, but there, I drew it from that. See the little...
Oh my gosh, yeah, I have a couple of little pieces on my desk upstairs. Yeah, I
You
love
see
them.
that?
So cute. Yeah.
I thought it was just...
Look
So
at
I
that
thought, oh,
face.
I've put it on the wall behind today. But yeah, that's my little piece of dragon art.
Oh,
So,
baby. My gosh.
so it just sort of takes me back. Yeah. What was I going to say? I forget who was telling that it might have been Agatha, because she loves to draw. And I was asking if she drew. I saw water dragons. We were out at a cafe, and the little water dragon lizards appear. So I might put I videoed them too. And like they're called water dragons here. And I'll put a little video up. So I don't know if you get them over
You
there.
have to. Yeah, that would be really nice.
I'll put that up.
I actually had how I got to my dragons. I have dragons and I have white tigers. All right. When I feel vulnerable or threatened, or I feel I need protection, this is what I imagine. I imagine I have two white tigers, one on each side of me, walking with me, and I have a dragon just flying above my head. And I imagine them as this protection.
Yeah.
And if I feel really threatened, if someone is really, giving me a hard time, or if I'm dealing with a difficult individual, I imagine that dragon landing on the ground, and they're big and strong, right? And you hear this boom, and the earth shakes, and just that, a little bit of smoke coming out of its mouth, and that individual who's giving me a hard time saying, I'm not going to mess with her, and it gives me strength, Yvie. It makes me feel like I can handle just about anything at that time, because seriously, who's going to mess with you when you've got two white tigers and a dragon by your side? So it gives me that power that I need. It makes me feel strong. And I learned this many, many years ago from a woman. She was a counselor. And this was right after I got out of a really bad marriage, very bad marriage. And like I told you, I try to handle everything on my own. Well, there came a point where I just crashed, and I got desperate, and I contacted, it was a clinic at the time, and it's a free clinic. I mean, where I was living before in Montreal, my hometown, you have a lot of resources that are free, and it's fantastic. So I contacted, and I told the woman that answered the phone, she says, what kind of help do you need? I said, I don't know. I feel like I can't breathe. I can't seem to handle things. I feel like I'm just struggling to get through the day. And she asked me what had been going on, and I had been coming out of a very bad relationship, and my ex, forget it, we won't even go there. And she said, I think you are going through very profound grief and a lot of, and I was going for a long time, I can do this. And I had two small children. I was a single mom. I can do this. I'm Wonder Woman. I can take on the world. Well, you can't be that person all the time. It's okay to say, hey, I need help. I can't do this. I finally crashed. I couldn't focus on my job. I was working full time, had my two small children, and I crashed. I couldn't handle my job, couldn't handle my kids, couldn't do anything. So I called, and I went, and I met the most amazing woman, and we're still friends. And she taught me, she had combined her counseling with her spirituality. And not only did she counsel me in her office, but she taught me meditation. She taught me about, getting our spirit animals. She taught me about protective shields, all of that. And that's when I found the white tigers. We did a meditative exercise, and she told me what to do and did the steps, and I saw them, Yvie. I saw the white tigers. The dragon came a bit later, but the white tigers came from her. So she changed my life. I mean, I've told her so many times, you changed my life. You put me on this path that I never imagined. Well, karma.
And you reached out. Right? You had the courage to reach out.
Yes, it was the best thing I ever did. And I found the most beautiful soul to help me get back on track. And that was it. It was like this whole healing process. Well, karma, for those who believe in karma. 18, 20 years later, no, probably about 20 years later, she hit rock bottom. And we had lost touch for a while. I started my spiritual page on Facebook and Instagram. And in the beginning, you couldn't see who was doing it. I kept it private. So you didn't know it was coming from me. She found my page. She stumbled across it by accident. And she was reading all these things I was sharing. And she felt very moved. So she reached out to me. And she said, where are you from? And I said, I live in Cornwall. I live in Ontario. She says, I don't live far from that. Would you be willing to meet with me? I'm struggling and I would love to sit down and talk with you. You seem like a really kind person. And she didn't know it was me. I knew it was her because I saw her profile. She didn't know it was me. Yeah. And I won't say her name because I it's not my story like to tell of hers, but I said to her, such and such, it's me. I gave her my name. She said, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. Anyways, she came down to see me.
That's amazing.
She sat down and she shared her grief and her story, and I helped her get through that period. That's karma, Yvie. What we put out. I went to her, she helped me, and then
in return,
it came full circle. She came back and I helped her. Wow. These experiences in my life, it's just
out of nowhere.
They just blow my mind. So I had a chance to return, to repay that kindness right back to the person who really, really helped me. It's such a beautiful story. Like every time I think about it, I'm telling you, just blows my mind.
The sweet
good things, put good things out there, help people, open up your heart, and let me tell you, it's going to come back to you. It's going to come.
It will find. Yeah, it'll find. The universe always. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's this exchange of energy and this kindness, this compassion. We give it to someone, and that person may give it to someone else, and on it goes. And at some point, we need it. It's going to come back to us.
And how synchronistically that it came, that she found you.
Yeah.
Without knowing it was you.
These are experiences that really, I don't know, they change you. They really, really change you. They touch you deeply. And I've met so many of these wonderful people on my journey. They show up and some of them are temporary. This woman is not temporary. She's a friend. But there have been other people who have crossed paths with me, and I call them earth angels.
Yes.
They just cross paths. They do what needs to be done. They help you in a way where you need help, or you help them. And then you part ways, and it's okay. There's no grief. There's no sadness. It's just this temporary union of souls. And then off we go. Our journey has ended. Whatever we needed to experience together is done. And then we just go off in our separate ways. And I think about these things, I journal about this stuff, and it just, even thinking about it, just really, I don't know, it just makes me so emotional sometimes when I think about this stuff.
Yes, you think about, but how
so she's the one that taught me to find that protective shield. She's the one that taught me these things. I can't even explain the things that she helped me with at that time. It's amazing. Beautiful souls in this world, a lot of good people.
And sometimes it can just be the simple things. It might be a simple word someone says to you, or a smile, a stranger, as well, isn't it? You just think, wow.
Changes your life. That's simple little thing can change your life.
I'll just go. Wow, that's
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, Joey, thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm gonna
This
have
is
to read all
beautiful.
of these after.
We're gonna
I'm
go
probably
back.
gonna be
We're not
crying.
ignoring you.
I'm
Rain
gonna
says
be crying after. I'm gonna be sipping my tea and my tears are just gonna floop, you know.
And Rain says, you know, with what she's doing now, she wants to give back. You know, she had a similar, you know, with burnout, and it's so beautiful. Yeah. I think, yeah, and I know Tracy, she loves to give out too, you know, with what her cancer journey, and what's Tash got, the more detailed. Oh, Tasha's got, no, yeah, water dragons are smaller than iguanas, but I'll put a little video up. And Tash has iguanas. We don't want to miss anything. Don't think if we've missed something, we will go back when we replay it.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read all of these comments and really just enjoy them, because people are sharing their love and their joy and their compassion and their kindness right here.
Yes.
And I have to read all of this. It'll
This
be
is
so relaxing, which I do. I mean, at night, in the morning and at night is usually when I watch the videos, and I'll sit with my tea or my coffee in the morning and I'll just enjoy, like just immerse myself in what people are sharing. And I don't always comment. Sorry guys, I don't always comment because sometimes I just don't know what to say. You know? It's like, what am I gonna write? I write and then I erase and then I write and then leave it. Let me just press like, or you know, just move on. But that's when I enjoy the videos, in the morning and in the evening. I find it very, very relaxing. So
I like it in the morning too. You got to. And Anne said she was looking for a hand drum, and then she found out the drum originated from someone she knew. Wow, that she bought.
Despite how big the world is, it's actually pretty small.
It's small.
Isn't it?
Wow.
I was telling my husband about this video, and I was telling him, you are all the way from Australia. Is there any way that we would ever have found each other if we had not come to unite here on this channel? That's the most amazing thing.
I know.
All these people from all over the world, that we can just be here together. I mean, it says live, so everyone is like here at this time. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Something to just be grateful for, that we can be in different areas of the world and yet still unite in this way and share and just open ourselves up and not fear judgment or shame or just holding back to who we are. Just take off that mask and be yourself. And if people don't like it, you know, go to the people who will appreciate who you are and want to be with you are the ones that are going to gravitate to that energy. So if you want those people, be yourself and bring them in. They'll find you.
Beautifully said. Just be yourself.
Yeah. And then you'll come together with the people who are good for you.
Who are meant on our path. So true. Amen, says Joey. Yeah, Rain says it blows me away. Yeah. The universe will always find us. Yeah, the energy's awesome. And the power of the internet. Wow. What can I say? Beautiful.
Yeah, and just saying, I don't know how else to be but myself. It's true. Everyone else is taken. You can just be you.
Yes. Beautifully said. Everyone else is taken. Yes. Oh, dear. It's been beautiful. Do you want to do a few card readings? Have you got enough, just one carder or?
Sure. I'd love to. And I actually have a few card decks here. So if someone wants me to pull a card for them, I have.
Anyone want to? I really debated about sharing my cancer journey, but there was so much that wasn't told. Beautiful. Yes, Tracy, exactly. To impact. Yeah. You're an inspiration, my friend. So true, Tracy. And in a world where you can be anything, be yourself. Yeah, be yourself. We
do reach that point eventually. It's hard. It's hard because you're up against a lot of judgment, and the world can be really harsh sometimes. But you know what? You have to stick to your guns. Like I don't want to, I'm not willing to compromise myself anymore to please someone else or because it makes someone else uncomfortable. I'm not willing to do that. I fought very hard in my teenage years to break away from the restrictions that I had placed upon me. I had a really terrible first marriage that devastated me. And I got out of all of these things. I had severe postpartum depression with my first child. I came out of that. You know what? I'm going to live my life the way I want to. I've had my fair share of battles, and I'm still going through, another incident right now. But you know what? I'm not giving up. I'm not throwing in the towel, and I'm not going to be someone that someone else wants me to be. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
Amen, as Joey said.
So this is what I have. I have three tarot decks. I've got the Dark Mansion, which everyone knows, and I've got the Light Seers.
I'm just getting something to it. You go. You hold the fort. I've got to get.
And I also have the Everyday Witch. Oops, keep forgetting this camera is all backwards, and I'm all confused here. But I also brought the Spirit Animal Oracle for those who want an oracle card. I've got the Power of Surrender if someone wants to know what they should be surrendering at this time. And I have Messages from the Guides, which I absolutely love. And this one, it gives you like a simple, quick message like this.
Oh, they're good ones, yes.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite decks. I've had it for many, many years. And it just throws the message at you like, boom, that's it. That's what you need to hear at this time. So
who would like a reading? Anybody?
Who wants me to pull a card? If you're going to pull a card over the card.
Truth and authenticity. Well said, Ange. Sorry, I've got to have my morning tea.
Don't carry that baggage around. Yeah, no baggage for me, let me tell you. I had a bonfire with any baggage I had. It's just all gone. There's no more.
A bonfire. If you're going to pull a card, okay, Tracy would like, so if anyone wants a card, just say, yep, Tashta. So what's Tracy want? If you're going to pull a card, I would like a card just, on your channel, okay?
What does that mean?
Just about where your channel's going or anything in particular, Tracy? Yeah, sugar levels are very important, Tash.
Okay, while we wait for that, and Power of Surrender for me, please. Okay, Ange, let's see what you need to surrender at this time.
Are you okay if I pick any deck? A deck for anybody? So what we're doing, Tracy, if we could pull a card, a message for Tracy and her channel.
Oh, okay. And this is your card. I'm going to try to center it here. All right. I'll bring it back. I'm just going to read because I won't be able to see it. And it says, surrender denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. I have found that the best way to never be disappointed is to just acknowledge people as they are. So I don't put expectations on people. I don't expect them to change. I don't expect them to, they will give me what they can. And if they can't give me anything, they can't. So I have found that once I've accepted and I don't live in denial, like this is not happening or that person is not like that, I have found so much peace in my life. So if there's anyone that in your life that maybe you are struggling with, or they've disappointed you or they've betrayed you, just know that it has nothing to do with you. the characteristics of the person, that's who they are. They can't do better. They can't give you anything differently. They can't be the person who you want them to be. And once you accept that and realize it, you can have peace, and not only have peace, but make decisions based on what to do with that relationship. And sometimes we have to cut ties, unfortunately. Sometimes we just cut time with the person. In other words, maybe there are people that you can't cut permanent ties, so you get together, once a year during the holidays, twice a year. Other people, you distance yourself from them because their energy is not healthy, but you don't entirely cut them out. And yeah, some people you just got to cut them out because they're just bad branches on the tree, or just bad energy in your circle.
Bad
so
branches.
Yeah, does that make sense at all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go and check and go back and take a look at that. Yvie, you want to pull a card for someone?
Yes,
We could take
we'll
turns.
do it. We'll take turns. Good idea. Won't make it so. So I hope that helped you, Ange. And we've got, what about I pull one for, we'll do it. It's Tracy.
Good for you, Ange.
Okay, so if you're going to pull a card, I'd like a card just on my channel. What Spirit has to say about Tracy's channel. Okay, Tracy. What Spirit has to say about Tracy's channel. Oh. Yeah. I'll pull what Spirit has to say about Tracy's channel. Tracy, you have the beautiful moon card. The moon. So using that's beautiful.
Is that the new one from Radley Valentine?
Yes.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
So I know you're very much tapped into your intuition. The moon, that looks like your crystal ball, that moon, Tracy, at the top of the angel's head. And I know, look, oh, wow. Pet, you know how you do your pets in spirit messages? Your intuition and bringing things, wow. Can you see that, Tracy? Definitely picking up on your energy around doing spirit messages and bringing them into the light. And that definitely looks like your crystal ball. And not being afraid. Well, you're not afraid. You've definitely, you're not afraid of the dark. I know that, Tracy. Not after what you've been through. You definitely stepped into the light. But yeah, the beautiful, the pets in spirit messages. So I believe you're on the right path. What you're doing, Tracy, is beautiful. I mean, and I love listening to your pets in spirit because I'm hoping one of my pets pop up. But I do, yeah.
Yes.
So keep going with that, Tracy. Definitely. Stepping out of that water. You're out of the water anyway, yeah. And I know you don't have, be guided. You've found your light in the dark, so you help others. So I think that's really beautiful. Maybe the number 18 is lucky for you. Don't know if 18, is that lucky for you? But yeah, definitely animals around you. And I know you have recently connected with the angel energy. So there's a lot of angels. You know that already. And beautiful, yeah. So I hope that helps you, Tracy. Now who else would like?
I have Burb here. I would love, if possible, whatever deck you feel drawn to. So I while you were talking, I was shuffling and a card popped out, and I'm using the Everyday Witch because I don't know, it just felt like the right deck.
So this is Agati.
I've got the the Ace of Wands for you. And the message that I have from this card is that not to shy away from whatever opportunities arise, to use your talents, to always grab those opportunities, to not second guess yourself, to not question your abilities, to just go out there. I mean, look at the wand, it's just taking off. There's so much energy and there's so much potential. And this young, like this camera keeps going backwards, I'm pointing, it's going this way. This young one right here is in awe. And I think that's what we should be doing whenever opportunities come our way, is to just grab onto them and be excited and be in awe and just create something from our talents and the potential that we have, and not to second guess ourselves or to have someone squash our self-confidence. So if there's something that you are considering starting or you're working on, I would say just dive into it, bring it to life, and just get it going, create that magic and put it out there for the world to see. Don't shy away from it. So that's the Ace of Wands. Grab onto those opportunities and take off. So that's my message.
That's beautiful, Agata. I know Agata's very creative too with her art. But I know, yeah, she has lots of things happening in her life. I think that's lovely for you. I'm so sorry to eat a banana.
So maybe you can do a Rain now. She has just would love to have a message for me, nothing special. So Rain is the next one that I see on the comments.
Rain?
So if you want to do, maybe do a card for Rain.
Okay, Rain, beautiful Rain. Rain says, that ace looks like something great on the horizon. Ah, see, Agata. Did you say, Martha, you had messages from Spirit 2 at hand? That deck is straight honest to me. Oh, Joey, did you want to do Joey after I do Rain? Okay, sure. Message for Rain. The beautiful Rain who lives in Atlantic Canada, who has frozen hair. Message for Rain. Anything in particular, Rain? So, just see if Rain, did you have any question? Oh, hello, Chris from Dolls. Oh, Chris is from Australia too. Hello, Chris. It's lovely to see you, darling. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome, Berg. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Sorry, guys, I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm just trying to catch up with the comments.
Lovely to see you, Chris. Okay. Message for Rain. Just not real, nothing. Okay.
We'll get back to the comments in a minute. I just want to hear what Yvie's going to say.
Oh, there's a flyer. Oh, wow. Oh. You're going to say, just show me. Yvie.
You're teasing us. Come on.
Now, Rain has the Empress.
Oh, that is so perfect. Oh, my gosh.
I create what I choose naturally with joy.
Oh, that is so perfect.
That is perfect for you too. Yeah, I create. Look, I'm not going to explain what the Empress is. We all know what the Empress is, but not just abundance in the real, like in material world, but abundance spiritually, creatively, lovingly. Wow.
Yes. And beautiful. Very connected to the earth.
Sitting there in the garden with I know she loves the birds too, and nature. Just how beautiful is that? And she's hibernating, like Rain is hibernating, and she's waiting for spring and summer. Wow, that's beautiful. And it says to work with rhodonite, Rain. So I don't know if you have a piece of rhodonite or can just look the meaning up of rhodonite. Let me go into the guidebook. Let me see the guy. Rhodonite brings emotional healing. It works upon the heart chakra to help soothe and release fear, feelings of compassion for yourself and others. Heightens all positive emotions. So beautiful. Yeah, rhodonite. Perhaps research rhodonite too. But
that is so perfect.
Rain is busy creating, isn't she?
She is. She's absolutely the Empress. Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
That's amazing. That's, yeah, like both, all the cards that, and even what you spoke of with the Garter's card, Burb, 100% as well.
A creator, probably always with that magic wand in hand.
Wow.
I have Joey here, and I think you mentioned I showed the messages from the guides. So I think this is the one Joey wants, and I've pulled a card for you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you for getting up so early. Bye. Thank you, darling. I'm so sorry I'm eating, but I have to have that banana or I...
Yeah, there's Joey's message. Did you say you had a messages from spirit too at hand? That deck is straight honest. Okay, yeah, that's the deck. And I do have a card for you, and I just feel this is so perfect for you, Joey. And I think once we all see it, we're all going to understand. You are here for a reason. I do feel, Joey, that you have showed up at a specific time for something very special. You have this incredible energy about you, not only a spiritual energy, but a very healing type of energy. And I think you are going to do some really great and amazing things coming up. I'm pretty sure you're already doing them. I've just met you, so I'm just getting to know you, but I already have that incredible vibe, this energy that comes off of you. It's just unbelievable. And I think you've shown up right now for a reason, and you are going to put something into this community that's going to be really, really special. So you're on a mission. You have this path right now that's going to prove very beneficial, not only for us, but probably for yourself. Maybe you're growing in new ways that are really going to be important to you. So, oh my gosh, this card, it's perfect for you. You are definitely here for a reason. We've all crossed paths right now for a reason.
I haven't met Joey, so I look forward. I'll pop on it. I've seen him pop up into chat. And yeah, I look forward to getting to know you, Joey. That's a beautiful message.
This is the beauty, what I love about these people that I'm running across, that I'm meeting, that everyone contributes in their own special way. And that's why I say, if you're going to get onto YouTube, please do not compare yourself to anyone else. Don't say, I should be doing that, and that person's doing this, and I should be. No. Do your thing. Everyone contributes. We all put something into these videos that are a part of us. So yeah, Joey, I just met him recently. I absolutely adore his videos. I adore him. His energy is really spectacular. So yeah, you are definitely here for a reason. That's for sure. So
well, everyone that's popped in today that has a channel, I will pop your channel in. So yeah. But also, please know that those of you who don't have a channel, that you're still very much a part of the friendship circle here. And because I know Agatha doesn't have a channel, but we spend a lot of time emailing. So please don't feel left out if you don't have a channel. You're still very important to what you contribute when it's very special. So What's this? I'm learning as I go. We are like a buffet. Takeaway feeds you and leave. That's right.
We are
I
a
think
buffet. We
when
are.
I was doing my Gabrielle video, and I go,
I didn't even get a chance to say bye to Tracy. So I hope if you watch this later, Tracy, bye. Thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to catch up with everybody here. There's Liz running back.
Now, have we missed anybody for a reading, please? We'll give you a bit of time to just say, look, you missed me. Chris, did you want one? Chris or Tash? But just pop down and just say, I'd like one, please, because I don't want
there's Tash. Yeah, there's Tash.
Well, thank you. I would like a card, please. Any deck. Advice. We have the fruits, the nuts. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Chris would like one and Tash would like one as well. So, which one? Would you like to do one for Tash and I'll do one for Chris?
Okay, so you pick one now.
Tash,
yeah.
And I haven't ever done one for Chris. So, and I would like, Chas wants a card. Advice on removing the blockage I have so I may confidently master my tri-location remote viewing. Okay. Did you want to do a single one or a double card for that, or what are you happy with? And
you're going to do Tash now? You want to pull a card?
Do you want to do Tash? Because I know Tash. So did you want to draw her a card just to see what perspective you get?
Sure. Tash, let me know what deck. Do you have a deck preference?
Any deck.
Oh, yeah. No, it's right there. Any deck.
I'm so sorry for eating my banana.
You know what, Tash? I'm going to pull two for you. I'm going to pull one from the Dark Mansion because it's a cheeky deck. And sometimes we need a little bit of that. And then I'm going to pull a card from the Power of Surrender to see maybe there's something that you need to be surrendering at this time that may be causing a blockage. But we'll start off with the Dark Mansion, and I'll see what tarot card comes up for you. Okay, so you have the Justice card, and the feeling I get from this card is that maybe you're putting too much energy into trying to either weigh your options or trying to balance the scales or make everything perfect at this time. And I think that because you've got a second card here that popped out at the same time, and I think that there may be a need for some collaboration at this time, but not only collaboration. When I choose this card and there aren't other people involved, I think of this card as the Holy Trinity, and not in a religious way, because I'm not a religious person. When I get the Holy Trinity, I think to myself that mind, body, and spirit have to be balanced. That's my Holy Trinity. So if there aren't other people involved, then it has to do with me, that the three aspects of myself, mind, body, and spirit have to come in order, come together, so that I can accomplish. And maybe at this time, you shouldn't really be thinking about putting too much effort on how things will turn out or which direction they will go, but to spend more time just doing. Stop thinking and start doing. Just get into the groove and don't worry about what's going to happen or if everything's going to turn out right or if it's going to be okay in the end. Don't think that far ahead. Just think of this moment right now and not what's up ahead. Just stay in the present moment. Be present. But I'm going to pull a Power of Surrender card for you because I feel like there's something deeper here. And I'm curious to see what would this card ask you to surrender at this time. There seems to be like feel this heavy energy, and this would probably require more cards, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the power of surrender, which is always such a great deck to work with.
That's a great deck, Martha.
Yeah, it's fantastic, Yvie. It's just amazing. It's such an amazing deck.
You know, just simple words, the impact. Wow. Oh dear. There goes that clicks onto the wish list, doesn't it?
Okay, now this is interesting because your card, I'll show it to you and then I'll read the bottom because I can't see it there. Surrender to non-action. So now's the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you, which is kind of contradictory to taking action. But maybe it's because the focus has to be on bringing what I call, again, the, where am I? What I call the Holy Trinity, that you may be fragmented at this point. So I would focus first on bringing things in order before taking the next step. So if the power of surrender says don't take action, then don't take immediate action. Maybe it's best to find the time to work on yourself, to bring those elements together so that you can make decisions or take the next step from a healthier position. So I hope part of that makes sense. I feel like there's more to it than this, but these are the messages that are coming through right now. There's probably like a more in-depth conversation to be had than this. It seems like there's more to this, but I hope some of that, I hope some of that resonated with you. Like, I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, but those are the messages that I'm picking up.
Wow. I think Tash will, yes. I hope that helped.
Tash, I hope that helped somehow. Okay.
Yeah, I knew Tash would, yes.
Well, whatever it is, whatever those blockages are, I hope they get resolved.
I love how you said, Martha, with the Three of Pentacles. Is that the Three of Pentacles?
Yes.
I love how you said the mind, body, spirit with that card.
Because there are usually three figures in there. And sometimes when I pull the card and I'm not collaborating with anyone, or I may be collaborating with myself. Yeah. Maybe whatever it is I'm supposed to be working on, I'm like kind of scattered. I've got to bring those fragmented pieces together in order for me to accomplish what I need to do. So if my body, my mind, and my spirit are not grounded and connected, then I'm not going to do what needs to be done, because I'm not in a healthy state. I'm not able to focus. My emotions are either out of control, or my thoughts are out of control, or I'm not feeling well. Like, it just, you have to bring all of that together. So I call it the Holy Trinity. That's what I call it. Mind, body, and spirit.
That's
so if
well,
you want to
I love that.
I don't know who's next. Who's next? Do you know, Yvie, who's next? You want to take the next person?
Yeah, it'll be Chris, but I know that you were pretty spot on with Tash. See, very close, especially mentioning Trinity, which was the name of a bomb, and she's working on Tash works with really higher frequencies.
Wow.
So the Trinity and the Holy Trinity idea. Now, I don't know too much about it, but I know that it'd be Tash's field. And then I think, so I knew Tash would understand exactly what you were saying in that comment. What you were saying, you've put it out there, Martha, and you're pretty spot on.
So was it Chris? Did you say Chris was next?
Yeah, Chris. So we got Chris from Dolls and Tarot. Beautiful Chris is in Australia. Is there any particular question, Chris? And I think, Chris, you're from South Australia. Beautiful South Australia. And it's lovely to that you popped in. You still there, Chris? It's a message for Chris. Anything in particular for Chris? I'll just do a card. Hopefully she's any deck. She just wants Jen. Okay, Chris, not a problem. I hope you're doing well over there, darling. Beautiful message for Chris. Girls, guarantee. Got no flyers.
Rain.
Oh.
I'm laughing with the rain because they're talking about the Holy Trinity, and she says, you know, the Holy Trinity in cooking is peppers, onions, and celery. Oh my God, I'm hungry. She's right. That is the Holy Trinity. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read some of the comments here.
Oh, oh, we have this beautiful, and we've got the gratitude chart. Oh, wow, Chris, gratitude. And it's be grateful for all you have. You can see the light coming through her hand. It's beautiful. I don't know if you have memories of the beach. Do you have memories of building sand castles, Chris? Definitely some either childhood memories or a beach with your own children. And someone who had beautiful hands, who liked to wear gloves, perhaps. I'm picking up a little bit of anything there relevant to you. Because I know from the beautiful energy on your channel, I know you'd be most grateful for what you have in your life. Just reflecting, taking those moments. And we don't have to have a lot in our lives to be grateful for, do we? But I don't know if you're spending a bit of time reminiscing about memories and going to the beach.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, wow, I've got shivers. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
But yeah, there's definitely building sand castles and someone wearing beautiful gloves. Yeah, only on special occasions. But Chris, also, do you remember in your last op shop video, Chris loves to op shop and she'll show a little bit of op shopping. But Chris, do you remember that day you uploaded that video? It was either that day or the day before. I bought a mug from the op shop, and my reply to you was, Chris, I have just bought a mug that says gratitude, and it's got a Buddha on it. I'm going to go and I want to show it to you all. It's got a Buddha on it, and it's by Lisa Pollack. And that's what I said. I got it for $1. And the gratitudes connected us. Does that make sense to you, Chris? Wow. Because I said, oh my gosh, I've just got a great, can I run and get it and show you all, or go and get it? Wait a minute.
So while Yvie's doing that, please let me know if someone would like a card and if you have a specific deck in mind. Right now I'm shuffling. What am I shuffling? Messages from the guides.
So I've got it. And Chris, here's another message for you. There's look at the Buddha. Look at the Buddha. And Chris and everybody, you are so worthy of your biggest dreams. You are so worthy of your biggest dreams. And there you go, Martha, everybody, that's what we're going to say are hopes, dreams, and wishes. You know, like expressing those today.
Beautiful, beautiful.
How beautiful is that? The synchronicities. That's amazing. Because I don't think Chris has popped into the chat before, so really that's wonderful. So
you're such a wonderful Saturday evening date, Yvie. I washed my hair, I wore a nice shirt, I even put a little bit of makeup on.
I put a nice dress on. This morning my husband got me up and he goes, "Gee, you look really nice today." I said, "Yeah, I'm dressing up like having a YouTube gathering." Oh.
Okay, so did anyone want the card next? I'm trying to catch up with the cards.
And Rain just wants to know how her spiritual studies will go. Okay.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Okay, yeah, no, she's just popped it just there at the end. Oh, Rain's got, you washed your hair. Oh, my gee, I didn't even go that far.
It's Yvie. I'll do it for Yvie. Yeah, I don't see the message. I don't see the message, Yvie.
Oh, okay. It's about...
Oh, there it is. How will my studies go?
Would you like an angel tarot on that, Rain, or the crystal tarot again, or an oracle?
And I'll pull one for her after too, to see what's going to come over. So yeah, let's do it. That's a big moment in
yes, it is. Okay, let's.
Rain's journey.
So you're going to do some you draw cards too?
I'll pull one for her. I'm going to wait to see what you get, and I'm going to pull one. Okay. If you want to tell me, Rain, what deck you want.
She wants an angel one. I've got two. I might use the other Radley one because it'll tell us an angel perhaps you can work with as well. So let's have the one that it puts the angel. So, oh my goodness, see how the cards just are too big? How will Rain's studies go? What angel can she work with? Oh, we've got a flyer. Okay, you've got the 6 of Cups.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
That's beautiful. So perhaps in relation to your studies, I think someone's going to be, it's a gift. See that little boy is giving that girl a gift. Oh my goodness, and there's a dog. Look at the beautiful dog. So they definitely know you've got your companion there with you. And there's a lovely message. I know people say this is very much the memory and nostalgia card, isn't it? But I think, Rain, you were talking a lot about the 6. You recently did a video about 6s. Was that your last video, the 6s? I'm pretty sure you did 6s, was one of, her dice videos. And one of your recent videos is about the number 6. So perhaps go back to that. And I don't know, it says, children or childhood. So revisiting old dreams or plans, going back and doing what your passion is, embracing your inner child and the return of people or romance from the past, or learning to love yourself if you didn't love yourself in the past.
That's good. Yeah.
Because we really wow. And with this memories, they say that's one word that's come to mind is no matter what our part, good or bad from childhood, we were talking about reframing, sometimes reframing our focus
Yes.
and having purposeful memories. And perhaps, Rain, you know, you've had all these big dreams but weren't able to fulfill them, but now you can, because you've been gifted. Keep an eye out in spring. The recent one was the sixes. It was about the sixes. So if you go back to that and look at, I have Angel, Yvie, I think we have the same taste, guys. But definitely you're going to get gifts along the way. You're going to be giving, but be aware there's people going to be gifting back to you as well. So if you feel exhausted, you've got your pet, your dogs. There's a dog there, Rain. You're a dog whisperer.
She is. That's what I call her all the time, the dog whisperer.
Oh, good. All
she
things
really
about
is.
That's right. And all those things about her degree, about past, my studies have a lot to do. Yes. But also,
gosh, thank you.
Perhaps too, Rain, in the spring, look for a yellow flower of some description. But you definitely have the pets and you've got gifts giving to you as well.
It's an exchange. It's a nice exchange of energy. Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's beautiful. And you've got Archangel Z, so Zadkael, Archangel Zadkael, if you want to, you've got your rhodonite crystal to look up, number 6s, and you've got, Zadkael. So, oh wow, wait for this. Are you sitting down? Zadkael is an educational tutor, and he helps aid memories and learning, helps with learning and memories, and is the perfect archangel for students. Oops, so
that's amazing.
And he's an angel of forgiveness. He, she, however you embrace that energy, helps those in a time of learning, mercy and benevolence, mercy, compassion, but definitely aids in memory and is for students. It's, oh my goodness.
Oh gosh, Yvie, that's amazing. So I have a couple of cards for you, Rain, from the Dark Mansion, and let me tell you, I didn't shuffle long. Two of them flew out like almost immediately. The first one, and I feel, oh my gosh, this is just a perfect card for you right now, is the Ace of Swords. So I think that this journey you're on, it's good. You're going to accomplish a few things. And one of them is you are going to not only develop or open up, you are going to heal your throat chakra. So I don't know if you've been silenced at times, or if you've been afraid to speak out, or if you haven't been able to speak your truth in the past. Well, maybe I do know, maybe I don't. I don't know. I won't say I don't. But this is going to be such a perfect opportunity for you to open up that throat chakra, speak your truth, and develop the skills and the potential that you have. You're also going to be a seeker of information right now, and there's going to be a lot of growth on this path. So you've got all these amazing opportunities, because this is the Ace, so it's just a starting point. Yes. So the universe is handing you these opportunities, and you grab that sword and you take off with it. So I just read over here that you are applying for the degree in the spring, and let me tell you, it's going to be yours. Oh, it's coming. Yeah. That opportunity is being handed.
There's the spring flowers.
Yeah. Wait till the second card. The second card that popped up for you is the Star. And I think that this journey, let me straighten this out here. This journey, aside from the simple, sweet little message that I get, which is you are a rising star, I also feel that all of these things that you're doing and the direction you're going is not only going to be a way to help others and to guide them, this is going to probably be the most healing period of your life, which goes perfectly with Yvie's card from whatever in the past, whether you didn't have self-love or you didn't have the love given to you, whether you had self-doubts or your confidence was questioned or you didn't feel good about yourself, you are going to heal. This journey is not only going to bring out your potential and open up your throat chakra so you can speak your truth and be your truth, you are also going to heal during this period. So you will give to people, but you are also giving this incredible gift to yourself by taking this journey.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing how the cards just come together sometimes?
And
Beautiful.
the sword, the strength.
Yep.
The strength, the whole.
It's an incredible journey to be getting on. A beautiful journey.
Yeah. So don't doubt, Rain. It's I'm putting my foil hat on now and have terrible issue with my throat chakra. Wow. Okay.
Have a foil hat. I'm just laughing with Rain's comment, which is I'm putting on my foil hat now. I have terrible issue with my throat chakra, physical issues with swallowing too. Yes, this is going to be a really healing period. This is going to be probably one of the most important things you've ever done in your life, is to go in this direction. And it takes courage. It does take strength. It takes courage. You know, to embark on this unknown journey and just immerse yourself in it. But that's what we do. And before you know it, it's going to be over and you'll have accomplished this and you'll feel wonderful. And it's going to be a healing period. So is there anyone, I'm trying to find if there's someone who's mentioned that they want a card pulled.
Anyone want a card pulled?
Just embrace it and ride the wave, Rain, and feel free to talk to us. That message is from Joy. Yes, absolutely. We were talking about that. We've got to be able to reach out to people for support. Me, I keep saying that, but I have to tell myself that I'm terrible. I'm terrible at reaching out. Most people don't know anything about my life because I'm so I have so much trouble reaching out for help, and until I get to a point where I'm so overloaded that I just can't take on anymore. So I should be telling myself, I gotta preach these messages to myself, stand in front of the mirror and tell myself these things. It's terrible. It's terrible.
We're human and we all do it. And we've got Emerald. Hi, Emerald. I didn't know you were there. It's so lovely to see you. She's the fiction lady.
Yes, I just saw it right there. Hi.
That's Emerald. It's lovely to see. So don't forget, everyone who has a channel will do Emerald a card. Is that all right, Martha? I'll put everyone's link below who joined the chat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And please. I also will mention those who don't have a channel, but just a kiss as well. Yes. So one for Emerald. Do you want to do just quickly one each? Any question in particular, Emerald? Any deck in particular, or do you have any particular question for Martha and I that you want from the cards? Or I hope you're doing well.
Did you want a tarot card, an oracle? I'm just waiting to see the comments as they're coming in. I know, Rain. I know I need to ask for help. I know. I'm trying.
Yes, important time. It's lovely to come together and take our minds off the outside world for a little bit.
Yes,
I haven't
absolutely.
thought about it till I mentioned it then. Okay, so Emerald wants, I need career and family help. Nope. Can I just get you to choose? That's fine. So career and family. Did you you want to pick one as well?
Yeah, I will. You know what I'm going to pick? I'll choose from the Spirit Animal Oracle. So I'll get an animal message through. But you go ahead and I'll shuffle while you do that.
Career and family.
Oh, you guys are hilarious. I'm reading your comments. Oh my gosh, some of this stuff.
So, Emerald, I've got for you, you've got the Knight of Wands, and you're definitely wanting to move forward in your own path and your own direction. And this message is empowering you, is make decisions without pressure. Make your own decisions. You're being independent and empowered by making your own decisions. Beautiful. Lots of yellow light there. That's the sacral chakra, isn't it? Like here, going with your gut. Is the sacral chakra, or is that the solar plexus? Solar plexus. Very much you're going with your gut. What's inside? Yeah, make decisions without pressure. Now, does that make sense to you at all, Emerald? And the moon fell out as well. My intuition guides me in the right direction. So you know your path, Emerald. Be confident that you know your path, and your family may love you, but you do it your way. You take that wand and wave your own magic, and don't doubt it. And perhaps go out and sit under the moon. Be guided by the moon. Very beautiful cards. That helps so much. So that helped you. Did you have one then? She's got an
Yes. We've got whale spirit, and it says trust the great mystery. So the feeling I get from this card whenever I pull it is to just flow with things sometimes, that we don't always have the answers, and sometimes we never will. And sometimes we shouldn't even try to find the answers, to just allow life to unfold as it may, and not try to control every aspect of it, because sometimes our life is meant to go in a direction with no rhyme or reason. It's just meant to go in that direction. And the more we struggle, or the more we try to control it or force it to go where we want it to go, the more obstacles we find along the way, and the more struggles we face. So the feeling I get with this card is to just let it go. Like, if there's something you're struggling with, just accept that where you are right now is where you are meant to be. And eventually, if there's a direction that you're going to go, the road is going to open up. And to just trust the flow right now, that things are happening the way they're happening for a reason, and to just let it go for now. And whatever you need to know is going to come to you at the right time. So that's great.
That's a powerful card. That's a beautiful card there, Emerald. Wow.
It shows up a lot for me, let me tell you, because as an Aquarius and someone who is constantly up here, I do try to control certain aspects, and I have to remind myself that
trust.
Relax. Stop pushing. Stop trying to fix everything. Just embrace and let go, and everything, it'll fall into place. So
beautiful. I hope that helped you, Emerald. And it's so lovely that you came in. Let it go. Yeah, so look, I truly hope we haven't missed anyone today. Is there anyone else that would like a reading, that hasn't had a reading, that's just popped in or just in the background? You're welcome to come forward and just say, card, please. So we just don't want to miss anybody. And please, we appreciate all your messages. If we've missed anything, I'm going to go back over and watch it and know that, yeah, we've watched it and we've appreciated everything that you've said and all the love.
What about you, Yvie? Do you want a card? Shall I pull a card
let's
for
do
you?
a card for each other before. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Is there something that you have in mind, something you're curious about, or some question you have, or some part of one area of your life that you want the cards to focus on?
What's coming up? What do you think's next for me? What's my purpose now my son's grown up? Where am I going?
Okay. Do you have a specific deck you want?
No, anything, whatever you feel drawn to.
Okay, well, I haven't used, or at least I don't think I've used the Light Seers yet, which is a very happy, vibrant deck. You are a very happy, vibrant person. So I think this is going to be the perfect card for you. All right, let's see what pops out, Yvie. And I'll pull one from the Power of Surrender, just as an added message for you. Or would you like one messages from the guides? Which one would be your preference? Oh, here we go.
Messages from the guides? That'd be nice.
Okay, well, the first card that came out is the Four of Swords. So it's probably a more restful, you know, when the kids are young and we're very busy and we're very active, it's a very restful period for you right now. You're making that transition from probably having a very busy life to having a quieter life. So it's good. Take that break, re-energize, refuel and all that. But your next card is the Knight of Wands. So your life is you're going to pick up the pace eventually. Now, what are you going to do? That's going to be entirely up to you. What challenge are you up against? I mean, the Knight of Swords, she'll get on her horse and she'll take off and she'll go and she'll tackle things and accomplish. So enjoy the restful period that you have right now, because that eventually is going to come to an end. And you're going to get back to that, you know, the kids grow up, they go do their thing, and then we become youthful again. We go back in time and we become young in spirit. So I think this is the next stage in your life, is you are going to become that young energy again, where you're going to explore different things. Where can I go? Where can I race off to? What can I tackle? Could be anything. You can start a new job. You can start a project. You can dive into learning something new. So I would say, Yvie, enjoy your quiet right now, that restful period, because you're going to pick up the pace eventually. Nice. You're going to take off. So I think
that lady, the Four of Swords, I love how she's in a nest, the Fairy Wren Nest.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you are right now. That's your life right now. It's that nice, cozy, quiet, very, you know, non-eventful period. But the Knight of Wands indicates to me that your pace is going to pick up and you're going to be out there doing things, and that's what we do. The kids grow up. I mean, my girls are gone. They've moved out. They're all grown up, and I'm like, the sky's the limit, right? I can do whatever I want now. I don't have those responsibilities, so I can just tackle anything. So I wanted to either choose, and I'll have you select, either to get like this type of messages from the guides, or from the Power of Surrender, which tells you what to surrender at this time. So what would be your preference? And I'll shuffle and I'll choose one for you.
Maybe just the guides would be good.
Yeah.
Or surrender. Let's do a surrender.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that all right? Sorry.
Let's see what you need to surrender at this time. I'm so curious. I love this deck so much.
Yes, I have. What have I got to let go of? I probably know the answer to that.
This is so perfect for you. It's surrender to creativity. And I'll read the bottom and I'll bring the card back. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. So yeah, Yvie, you're gonna tackle things. You put that creativity to use, whether it's your artwork or it's your channel, maybe your artwork in your channel, whatever it is you want to do. Combine it with the energy of the Knight of Wands, and you're just gonna take off. You're gonna get your life busy, and you're gonna put things in there that you're going to enjoy, that make you feel young again. Surrender to you, because you are a very, very creative individual. So I think that's just perfect for you.
Yeah, I mean, I do jewelry, and I thought about, I think I've opened an Etsy shop. I had it on eBay for many years, and
there you go. You mentioned to me that you used to do that, right? There you go.
I've still got everything here. It's just a matter of starting it
doing
again.
Being that Knight of Wands, get on that horse. And
I know. You've inspired me, but yeah, definitely that's playing here. It's
fire energy.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I love that. Now, can I do one for you before we wrap up?
Absolutely.
Now, do you want the crystal tarot? I've only got the two. As a message, I can do a message from spirit or anything you like. I don't even know what this one. I think this is the Witchcraft Oracle. I've got a Wisdom Oracle, an Angel one. I've got crazy sets.
Did you mention one message from spirit?
Yeah, would you like one?
Very much so.
Okay, but I might have to get my book. But
that's fine. I don't mind. That's perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah, my tarot reading and the oracle card readings. Yeah, it can go a bit off the planet. Okay, so we want a message from spirit message. I might have to draw a few. I'll see if I can. Spirit message for Martha. Spirit message. And I'll do another. I'll draw two. Do you know anyone with the name starting with G?
My husband. His name starts with the letter G. His name is George.
Wow, because there's someone around you very close to you, and he's very much, you're very much his Cinderella. He has you. I mean that in a beautiful way. He's given you the glass slipper.
Yes, Yvie, trust me, we have this incredible love story.
I will show you what the card is, but you know what? I always build up drama. I'm just checking what it is in the tarot, because seven's the Chariot, isn't it? But I just want to draw one more. So you've had some choices.
Did you pull the 7, the Chariot?
Yes.
Did you pull the 7? The 7 is my soul card, my birth card. The Chariot is my birth card.
Because when I got it, I got shivers. Yeah. And you have a beautiful. I'm going to show you, but definitely let's have a look at this. See the Cinderella effect and the G choices. And you use your free will beautifully now on your path. You're definitely on your path. But as I said, I feel someone very close, and I don't know. Wow, there's probably dragons in that castle on the hill too. Have a look.
For sure.
Like, seriously.
My world would have dragons, Yvie.
But that's definitely, you're definitely on your path, and you're embracing your own free will, but definitely that beautiful energy of George, there you go. Definitely, I said Cinderella. You're like his Cinderella. It's a love story. It really is. It really is. It's a beautiful fairy tale where you're at now. But I'll draw you another one. But wow, and it's your birth card.
Yeah, the Chariot.
Chariot.
It's I do feel that way, Yvie. I feel like I'm on the right track right now. It's like I've had some swerves along the road, and I feel this tug sometimes, like someone is trying to drag me into the ditch, and I'm not going. I'm so steadfast on my journey right now, and I feel empowered. So yeah, I do feel like I'm on the right. I'm headed in the right direction at this point in my life. I feel that what you're saying is absolutely right.
Wow, you found your glass slipper. You've definitely found your glass slipper. I'm just seeing which other one I could bring in for you. Just let's see. I might I'll try another one of these ones. So any messages from Spirit for Martha? Anyone? Is there a Gemini? Do you know a Gemini? Or oh my goodness. You said your brother's very much like a twin flame or a twin.
He's a Gemini, but not my deceased brother, the one that's here. He's the Gemini.
Or there is there is a Gemini energy around. Someone's. Do you know Q? Any Q? I'll do another card, a clarifier. There's probably energy around. Perhaps moving away from that Gemini.
Moving away, yes. That Gemini is an obstacle. It's a cord that hasn't been cut yet because it can't be cut yet. It's a cord that's going to be cut, but it's an obstacle. So if I was to get onto my chariot, for example, to head on my road, my journey is not moving as quickly as I would like it to because of the Gemini. There's blockage. There's that blockage. So I'm headed in the right direction, but there's this obstacle that I need to get out of the way. Wow. So I can speed up, Yvie, so I can go a little faster.
So the queue, you're actually in a queue. Do you feel like you're in a queue at the moment because you're waiting?
Yes.
You're waiting.
My journey is at a standstill, or it's a very slow pace because there's this blockage and there's an obstacle. There's this cord that needs to be cut. It can't be cut yet. It's impossible, but it will be cut. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, it feels, like you put some stuff to print in the printer and it just kind of backs off.
Yes.
And that's the printer queue. The queue. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
So that makes sense. Wow.
Absolutely. 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you
Messages from spirit? Messages from spirit.
Would you like just to clarify from? I think this is the Witchcraft Oracle. And I know you love. You know what I love too? Your spookies.
Yes, I love my spookies. There's Mr. Bones. For those who came in late, there's Mr. Bones in the back.
And we'll catch up. Yeah. So we'll go back over the chat, and it's so lovely to meet you too, Joey. Really beautiful. And yeah, lovely to see you too, Emerald. Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, thank you for coming in. Emerald has a channel too. Beautiful channel.
Oh, you're going to have to include everyone for the ones that I haven't.
I'll include everybody. I'll put a link to everybody's channel, and even those who don't. I know Agatha has an Instagram. So,
Joey, much love to you too, Joey. All the way from Canada, all the way from Australia.
Oh, hi. We've got Renee from Meadowlark Mystic. Hi, Renee. It is beautiful to have you.
Hi, Renee. Let me scroll down here to the comments.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. All these wonderful people. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and read all these beautiful, beautiful comments and the conversations that you've all had between you.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming in. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I see some of you have been asking if Joey is on Instagram, how we can reach him. You're going to have to share that, Joey. I don't know if you shared it because I can't see all the comments. But yeah, we're going to have to all connect like all over the place.
I might have trouble with the Instagram accounts, Rain, because I don't do Instagram. So I only do YouTube, people.
That's fine. And we have your email too, so that's perfect.
Yeah, you can always contact me through email, but if any of you here comment and then pop your Instagram in on the comments, that's fine as well. I don't mind if you want to do that, because I wouldn't know how to. Okay, if just comment on this video, people can see your channel, but I've popped them in. But pop your Instagram, because as I say, I don't do any. YouTube is my only thing, darlings.
Maybe the comments. People could go into the comments of the video and just share all their information, whether they're on Instagram or Facebook, their channels on YouTube, all of that.
Everyone's welcome to do that. Just pop it all in. And what's missing, if someone doesn't, I'll pop their channel in, and you'll have to go to their channel and find out their links. Okay, let's see another spirit message for Martha. Through Martha's past, the spirit.
Anyone else want a card while Yvie's doing that for me? If there's anyone we've missed, or if there's someone who wants a card, please comment. I'll just be watching here.
So, well, that one's going to fly. Oh, wow. So there's abundance coming your way, and there is money coming your way. There will be. I don't know how much or when or how, but I expect something, because we're settling my mother's estate right now, so that's perfectly fitting that card, that has to be, all the financial affairs have to be settled. And once that's settled, then the obstacle and the cord that I'm talking about will be gone. This is the last thing that needs to be done. So I can't get past this obstacle or cut the cord until all this is taken care of. That's the obstacle. So, oh my gosh, Yvie, I can't believe you picked that card. Like, all these cards that you've chosen, they just blow me away. So what I get from this also, Cinderella is actually in here, and George. You and George are here now. Right in this card, there's a lady, a man, a Cinderella. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. This is crazy. So I don't know too. There's wolf energy. There's wolf energy around you, but I don't know if you I know you like crows, but there's an owl. Oh my gosh, owls, polar bears, bats, crows, all of these animals are all the animals that I love. White tigers. I mean, there's like a whole, oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm just trying to see, wow. So you've got, and it looks like an icy land. So it's definitely tapping into where you live. That feels, it's not Australia, I can tell you that. But I feel too, you're going to hear an owl. You're going to hear an owl. There's a message, or there's a trumpet, or there's music around. There's going to be, it might be the owl song. You know how you saw the cardinal? Yes. The red cardinal for granddad. But you're going to get a message around an owl. And whether that will be, it could be just an owl in a magazine or a song. That's a message. There's a trumpet. So there's going to be a message coming to you. Could be through the wolves, through a Cinderella, a fairy tale. There's something when resolve. It could even be a dream. Yes. And that's, once this flows in, and you know you're abundant in your life now, because that's what all that is. Yeah, absolutely, Yvie. Yeah. And this this is a gift. It's a gift. It's a bonus, isn't it? But I just feel, you're going to get this message, and then all of a sudden that all this will disappear, and you're going to go off in your...
Continue on my path without having these obstacles. This is the last obstacle in my life, really. So once that's done, it's done. It's over. And then I can just focus on the journey that I'm on, and I don't have to worry about these things anymore.
Wow. Did anyone like moths? Do you have any connection to moths?
I'd have to think about that. There's
another castle here too, see? So she definitely loves castles. And you've got that big statue of yours is like that castle. The big one you have of the dragon, which you said is one of your...
This one right here.
No, the other one. You know, the really big one, and you took a photo of yourself in the kitchen.
Yeah, you're right. Why am I showing this guy? He's not the one with it. Yeah, you're right. It's the big one.
And look, there's a castle. There's a castle there.
Because that's where my dragons are, Yvie.
That's
where my dragons are at the castle.
Wow. That's beautiful, Martha. So I hope that helped.
Yes, it's just perfect. Starting with the first card, and then having that Cinderella chariot thing, and then having the money card, which is like an obstacle right now. I mean, all of it ties together. So yeah, unbelievable. That's crazy. Love you, Joey. Here's another kiss.
Yeah, to Joey. Come, Martha.
Yes, I do. Rain is asking, don't you love being blown away by the cards? Yes. Oh my gosh, I've been doing this for a very long time. The cards always blow me away. And this is the deck. I mean, I use this. This is my personal deck, so I use it every week. I do a week ahead reading. But when I'm looking for, spreads for the year and for the month and for really intense messages, then I go to my dark mansion. This is a cheeky deck, and this is the deck that really tells it like it is. So I'll go to this deck, and it'll give me the answers that I may or may not want to hear, but it'll give them to me. So yeah, the cards do. They do blow me away, and I think that's what I love so much about them. And this year I'm focusing on expanding, going beyond. Like I started the playing cards recently, which I talked about in a video because it's part of my legacy. I find it's so important to me. There's such an emotional connection to playing cards, and I feel that I've gone full circle. I've gone back to my roots in a sense that I went out, I carved my journey, I discovered who I am and what I need, and then I went back to pick up what's important to me. And that was important to me. Getting those cards back in my life, playing cards, was important. But I couldn't do it, Yvie. I couldn't do it until I was done on my journey, until I went out and I found what I need. Now I can go get the playing cards.
But how it connects you to your dad?
Very much so. And he's the one that
he was trying to delve into teenage lives.
Yeah. My teenage years, Yvie, I mean, I could write a book about my teenage years. I mean, it was just such an intense period. I was a very emotional and deep teenager, very confused and very lost at the time. I used to write poetry. I used to climb fences to go rescue an animal somewhere. I climbed a tree once because there was a little bird stuck on a branch. It got its little leg tangled up, and I could not stand to hear it screeching in fear. And I must have been like, I don't know, 7 years old at the time. And I remember this memory so clearly because it felt like knives were going through my heart. So I climbed this big fence, and then I, jumped over into the neighbor's yard and climbed up the tree, and I was trying to untangle its little foot, and it was just biting at because it was terrified, right? And there was blood going down, and I didn't care. I was so determined to free that little bird and send it on its way. And then I released it and it flew away, and it was like, so I was very sensitive, and I felt I was an introvert, so nobody noticed. What they did notice is that I didn't comply to the rules. I didn't go to church. I didn't do the things girls were supposed to. I was a tomboy. I'd wear my jeans and my t-shirt. I didn't want to dress into the dresses that my mom wanted to put me in. So nobody saw me. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew that there was this young girl who was sensitive and who wrote poetry and who cried at movies when the animals died and who climbed trees to rescue little birds. Nobody knew anything about me. And
what about Lassie? I used to cry at Lassie.
Oh, me too, boy. Me too. That was I wanted a dog. I wanted a collie so badly back then. But I was judged. All they did was see the things I wasn't doing. So all the potential I had, all the talents I had, all the things that made me me, my mom didn't do that. Like I have what's called a mother wound, all right? And I need to heal that. She couldn't give it to me. I'm not angry at her. My mom couldn't give me what she didn't have, and she probably didn't get these things. This is a generational pain, and it's going to stop with me. This is not going to continue past me. This is part of our legacy that has to be healed. So I felt like I wasn't worth anything. My mom died, and I'm telling you, till the day she died, like her entire life, I never got a single compliment, not one compliment from my mother to say, good job, or way to go, or that was great. It was this constant feeling of not being good enough. Because I didn't live up to her expectations of what she had planned for me, I was a terrible disappointment. My mom probably went to her grave that I was just this terrible disappointment. But then there was my father. My father was the opposite. My father praised me. He loved me. He encouraged me. He complimented me. There wasn't a moment where he didn't have a positive word. Thankfully, I had that, Yvie, because if both my parents had been that way, where they never told me one thing they were proud of, I don't know what would have happened to me. I don't even want to think about what would have happened to me, or where, if I'd even be here today. It was I could write a book during my teenage year, the emotional devastation of having to grow up in that type of environment and what it did to me, and why I ended up in such a horrible first marriage. I didn't think I deserved any better. I had no self-esteem. I didn't have that feeling that I had worth. After that marriage ended, I went on a very important spiritual path, and I found out who I was. And I had that eureka moment. You know that moment? I was sitting in the park with my children, and this was before I filed for divorce. Sitting in the park with my children, and I was watching them play, and I'm looking at my girls, and I'm hoping like their start in life goes better than mine for those things. And all of a sudden, I had that moment of enlightenment, where I saw my entire life like a movie. I saw everything for what it was. All the nonsense I had to put up with, all the things that I should not have planted in my head, all the abusive moments, all the moments of judgment and harshness, everything crystal clear. It was the most important moment of my life. That's when I went and started healing. And then, you know what, Yvie?
There's a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Because that's
when I spent 5 years alone as a single mom, the best years I ever had, the most growth I've ever had, actually. I focused on my spirituality. I dove very deep into it. I discovered who I am. Spending that time alone as a single mother was very important. And then I realized, and that's when I met shouldn't say her name, the young woman who really helped me out, that I was talking about earlier, that I went for counseling. Together with her, together with the work I did, I rose up. It felt like I rose up literally from the ashes. And then I discovered I have self-worth, and nobody is ever, ever going to treat me that way again. That's when I established very firm boundaries. And that's when I carved the path that was meant for me. My husband came along. I was at my healthiest state. He is so balanced. He is so kind and loving and gentle. I wouldn't have been with him. Yeah, I would not have been with him before I went through that transitional 5 years. I had to go through it so that I could be ready for him, so our energies could align. And once I did my healing, and he came along. And I've been with him I met him, it's going to be 20 years this spring that we've been together. We've been married it'll be 18 years marriage, 20 years together. I am telling you, we are inseparable. We haven't even had a fight, Yvie. We have discussions, we talk things through. I've never, ever experienced such a thing in my life. My first marriage was the opposite. It was like total, like, oh, I can't even describe it. It was the complete opposite. Like, I don't do middle ground, Yvie, right? I go from one end of the spectrum to the other. But those 5 years.
Keep talking. Yes.
Sorry. Those 5 years of focusing on my self-esteem and my spirituality and my internal development and flushing all those toxins from inside of me, those were really important. And that's the time when I realized, because I'd always had a very tense relationship with my mom, she can't give me what she doesn't have. I have to accept that this is who she is. And I reestablished the relationship. I created boundaries around her.
And
reframed the whole thing. And I had a relationship with her, but it was a controlled relationship. So if my mom would call and she'd get critical or she'd say something that, would make me feel bad, I would tell her, we're not going to talk about that right now. You don't seem very happy right now. I'm going to hang up. I've got other things to do. We're going to have to talk another day when you're either in a better mood or you want to take a conversation. So I had very firm boundaries, and my life literally changed after that. Yeah. So I think it was those 5 years, I would say, you know what they say, the dark night of the soul. I think those years of going off on my own for 5 years as a single mom, that's what it felt like. I felt like I was just, I don't know, a metamorphosis. It was a metamorphosis. And I realized at that time, yes, I have self-worth. I am worth something, and I am never going to put up with that crap again. Never. And I never have. And my husband and I, that's what we do. We respect each other. We speak to each other in a very mutual, type of tone. And yeah, it's a very, and you know who he's exactly like, Yvie? If you had to guess, he's exactly like my dad. The same gentle, kind soul. I rejected my father when I was young because I did not feel that I should be with someone like that. I had no self-worth. Who's going to be with me when I'm not good enough for that? I'm not, all the things that I've been told all those early years, that's what I thought about myself. I'm not good enough. Who's going to want to be with me? So you just pick and choose and settle for whoever comes along. Oh, this person's going to have me. That's great. Oh yeah, oh, that's wonderful. Somebody wants me. But when you get better and you heal and you develop your self-esteem and you start to say, hey, I've got something to give, and I'm not giving it to just anyone. I've got all this love and compassion and kindness. I'm not giving it away. No way. It's going to have to be for someone who is worthy of it. Well, my life changed at that point. And then my husband came along, and then I realized, oh my gosh, he's like my dad. And my dad, when he met him, my dad, he didn't live long after I met my husband now. And my husband keeps saying, I wish your dad had lived longer because I would have loved to spend more time with him. My dad said, you are at such a good place. Like, he just adored him. He adored the two of us together. So yeah, it's a journey. We need to help ourselves to heal and get rid of all that toxic crap that other people put in our minds and all of that, and say, yeah, we have something to give.
Yes.
We're special.
Wow.
We have worth.
Oh, yeah, we're all our stories are important. Everybody, yeah, we have to value.
Absolutely.
So
when I started, I've always been on my spiritual journey, but the past couple of years when I started, people say, well, why do you keep putting up these cards all the time? I get onto Facebook and YouTube and I always share cards for two reasons. One is I put out messages, maybe someone will find it. Maybe it'll help someone. And it also keeps me on my path, keeps me focused. Oh. So it's kind of a duality.
And it's your diary too.
Inward and the outward. Yeah. I feel this tremendous need to not only share my journey, because I feel, especially as women, we have all this, like we have to perform in a certain way, but also because people struggle. And I feel this need, like I've been so fortunate and I'm in such a good place. And there are people out there who are struggling. And I just feel this tremendous need that I want to do this. I want to help people. I want to put messages out there, and hopefully someone, somewhere, it'll change somebody's life. People have done it for me. I met wonderful people on my journey.
But it's like that lady who helped you, and then all of a sudden you were putting it there, and
it's unreal. I could not believe when she contacted me, and she had no idea it was me. She was seeking help, guidance, some type of support. She was just in such a bad place. And when she found out it was me, I was shocked. And then she found out, and it was like, I can't believe it. It's just.
But see, so well, you like sometimes you say to yourself, do I make a difference? Yes, you do.
We do. We really do. And sometimes we don't even know we do.
Yes. So we don't. And Tash was saying, it's a very familiar journey. Yeah, Tash has been on a similar journey. She's saying, I hope we haven't missed anyone about. There's so many comments. I haven't been out. I'm not. Thank you for your beautiful comments. We're not ignoring you. Martha is an open book because she owns her truth. Thank goodness for your precious father. And Emerald says, Joey, thank you for sharing. The story speaks to Emerald's heart. So there's so many comments. I hope I haven't missed anything. And Tash is saying she experienced very similar situation. So
yeah, I was fortunate.
And you're both here. Everyone's here, because I love how you put on your paper. What was on your journal? Live. What you've got? Rise. On your creativity, it was.
I have
live, but yeah.
We'll try to center it again, because
we hope, we rise, we heal, we live. Yeah, that's very powerful.
It's just a continuous cycle that we go through. I mean, we're always going to experience difficulties and obstacles and challenges, and we just keep going one day into the next. And I have days, Yvie, where I just feel really awful, and I allow myself to just sink into that. I feel bad. That's it. I'm going to spend the day feeling bad and feeling sorry for myself, and then moaning and groaning and complaining. And, I'm going to allow myself the day to do that, the day, the week, the month, whatever it takes. I always say, just feel the feels, right? Just feel whatever you're feeling. There are no bad feelings. Even anger is a very important emotion. It's just how we express it. Find a healthy outlet.
Yeah,
I used to tell my kids when they were young, if you get angry, find a way to express it. Just don't do it in a very destructive manner. You want me to get you a punching bag? I'll get you a punching bag. That's a great way to release that anger. Some people dive into arts and music. They play music. Others go for long walks. People jog. They exercise. Whatever it is, even anger is a very important emotion. We have to express it. We get it out of our system. There's this high energy. Use it to accomplish something. Some people take that anger and they go out and do stuff. Yeah, they create something, and they do something very beneficial with it. So all these emotions are important. We have to allow ourselves and not be ashamed by them. Just
Beautifully
feel your
said.
emotions. Embrace your emotions. Make friends with your emotions. And that's how we get to know ourselves. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, Yvie.
And thank you for
an exciting journey. It really has.
Thank you for the strength, you know, as I say, the strength in vulnerability. And
there really is.
Yeah.
I'm learning that. I'm learning to try and reach out to people instead of doing it all on my own. This might be a good lesson for 2022. Maybe that's my lesson.
Yeah. You've started off really well expressing it, and it's been Thank you for sharing. Wow.
Thanks for having me here, Yvie. This is wonderful. You make such a great date.
Yes, thank you for the
and I'm so looking forward to your next live video. My gosh, I mean, these are so much fun just to have.
I haven't planned anything, but it'll just come to me, and we'll all I think everyone's going too. So we've got Rain's going with the dogs. Good night, Tash. Love and light to all.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for being here.
You all, and thank you for your beautiful comments. We'll watch the video again and pick up on what everyone has said. It means a lot that you were here. Enjoy your swim, Martha. Enjoy dog walking or whatever you're doing, everyone.
Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Sending you lots of love and gratitude. Reach out whenever you need anything.
And don't forget, if you want the next week and you want to do something creative, just email me for that little video.
I'm going to put Joey. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you all. Lovely to meet you, Joey. Yeah, kisses to everyone. And don't forget to email me if you want to be part of the creativity. Whatever it is that you do, just email me and I'm going to put a little video together.
That'll be wonderful. I look forward to seeing that.
So blessings all. And
take care, everyone. Lots of love.
Take care. When I end this, Martha, it'll leave us up for a minute off live. Blessings all. Take care. See you next time. Thanks for coming.
Guys.
Bye, Mr. Bones. Bye, Agatha. Bye, Leanne. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Everyone. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
If I haven't mentioned you, kiss, kiss. Look, kiss, kiss. And then bye.